Wow. 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 I had to do a pop-up live stream. I had to do a pop-up live stream. Javonte Tank Davis. Devin Haney says Javonte Tank Davis grew up here. And he says that Javonte Tank Davis has reached out and they are having conversations about a fight. Javonte Tank Davis wants it at a catchweight. And Javonte Tank Davis, he says, Devin Haney says Javonte Tank Davis grew up here. And now we actually might have a fight. His team has reached out. He says his team reached out. He grew up here. And now we might actually have a fight. Javonte Tank Davis, he responds, he says, this dude wants to come in at 165 pounds. If you want this paycheck, the biggest paycheck of your career, of your life, then you do as I say, I'm your daddy. Devin Haney responds and says, never. Bruh. 8, what's up? 7 grams, what's up? Black G owners, what's up, family? James, Texas, what's up? Clay Moraine, my brother, my co-host, what up with you, Clay? Clay, and a few, if you got a second, jump on in. Will Sinclair, what's up? Brenton, I can't see that, man. Brente, salute. Mac Majestic, OT. Don Team, what's up? Chuck PZville, what's up, family? Starter Kid Duke, Pop Talk, what's up? Big G, what's up? 7 grams, my brother. Chris Legg, my brother in the building. This is very interesting. If I don't call out your names because I can't see the letters and I need glasses now, people. Unfortunately, your boy got old. Kelly Bailey, what's up? Y'all know I wear my shades because I get headaches and migraines. And now they said I need glasses. Melvin, what's up, family? Race Pacer, what's up? Chris Alexander, what's up? So, Anna Tua, what's up? Pete James, what's up? 1010, what's up? Demetrius, what's up, family? GG Chance, what's up? Some names I can make out because I know your names. I'm used to you. Chosen, what's up? Michael James, 616, Southwest Dice, Mr. Big Prey Blade. Cam Maurice Terry, what's up, family? What is the most diabolical, impressive thing you've seen Devin do in sparring? Oh, I seen Devin do some things, bro. Felix Mays, what's up? I seen Devin. Hey, seen the unseen boxing, what's up? I seen Devin shatter a dude nose. And dude nose was, bro. I seen Devin hit a dude with one punch. A well-renowned fighter in Vegas. We was in Vegas. My brother CB Sports TV, what up? D1, what's up? Dizzy World, G McCall, what's up? Judah 773, my brother's keeper. The GOAT 95, Big Jag, what up? Ern Jordan, what's up, family? A Mix, what's up, family? Trying to make out everybody's names, but I need glasses, man. I apologize, man. Cedric Trailer, Phil J, what up? Derek Glover, what's up? Braveheart, what up? I wish you would. What's up, family? Roll 1084, what up? Yeah, Joe Levette 1400, what's up, family? Welcome down, what's up? If I mispronounce your name, that's because I can't see. Abdul Warner, what's up, family? Mr. Lightning Boston, Carlos Reyes, what's up? So we're going to get into this, man. Carlos Dixon, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. He said, what's good, Blue? Man, I'm doing great, bro. Hey, I took a power nap. I did that video earlier. I talked about it. Tank Davis initially was saying Devin too big, but when he see him in the streets, he going to fight. I think Devin, Des 215, what's up? Light Eyes, what's up? I think this whole situation got under Tank's skin. Dave New, what up? Al Williams, what's up? Texas T, what's up? Mitchell Lee, what's up? I'm going to drop the link because I want everybody to come in and I want y'all to chime in. So clearly it's going to be at a catchweight. I didn't reach out to Bill. I didn't reach out to anybody because I like to be surprised sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yee Huncho, what up? And then obviously if they're in the beginning stages of having conversations, then obviously it's not going to fight. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell y'all nothing that he tell me. So, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy Bernard, what up? Tip O'Malley, what up, family? Orb Jones, what's up? Mike Lee, what up? Gardy Flo says, say the truth. What's the truth you want me to say? Sherman Hill, what up, family? So, like I said though, man. So here's the thing, right? Carlos Reyes, what's up? Clearly and obviously, it would be at a catchweight. That's the obvious, right? It would be at a catchweight, right? Cameron, Cameron, what's up, family? It would clearly and obviously be at a catchweight, right? Now, the thing about this is, I wonder if Tank is like Pop Shop Talk. What up? Hard working. What's up, family? I wonder if Tank is like, yo, you know what? You fight at 44, I'll fight you at 44. But it's going to be a rehydration clause. Troll Slayer, what up? But let me tell y'all something. The same way I told y'all with Shakur, this is going to hinder on Devin Haney as well. If Devin Haney takes this fight at, let's say, 144 with a catchweight, with a rehydration clause, then obviously it's going to be the obvious question. Why won't you do it for Shakur? Now, obviously, Tank is a lot smaller than Shakur Stevenson, right? AK Carter, my brother in the building. Hey, man, AK, man, my brother AK, my brother Chris Legg, man, I love y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? These are some of my brothers I talk on. I love all y'all. You know what I'm saying? How Big say, I love all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Band up. What up, nephew? You know what I'm saying? Salvador Mosquito, what's up? But there's just some people I talk on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Inside the square circle, my brother King Judah in the building. King Judah, I'm gonna drop the link in about 30 minutes if you want to jump on, because I want to hear the people, man. Straight Facts Boxing, what's up? I want to hear the people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna drop the link because I want to hear y'all thoughts. What y'all think about this? Ratchet since 9-1. Ali Day, what's up? So my thing is this, right? Like I said, if he take the fight and it's a catchweight with a rehydration clause, right? Tank is smaller, obviously, than Shakur Stevenson. But if you take it, again, like I said, right? If you take this fight at 144 with the rehydration clause, then the obvious question is going to arise. Hi, baby. The obvious question is going to arise is, why won't you fight Shakur with the rehydration clause? Now, I can't be biased. I got to call a spade, right? Because here's the thing. I know there's a difference in level and skill set between Conor Benn and Devin Haney. But I called Shakur out because I said, listen, if you take that deal to fight Conor Benn, then you got to take the same deal to fight Devin Haney, right? Now, Devin Haney wanted to catch weight. Shakur wanted to catch weight. Devin Haney is willing to concede and go to 144, right? Obviously, Shakur is bigger than Tank Davis. That's obvious. But here's the thing. Shakur's fought one fight at 140. Tank has fought one fight at 140. Tank has been a career 35-pounder thus far. The majority of his career. Shakur has been... how long has Shakur fight at 135? I don't know. How long has Shakur fought at 135? What's the longest weight class he been in? Kenneth Rogers, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. He said, salute, Blue. I'm here for it. Yes, sir. What's the longest weight class Shakur been in? Tank been at 135. It seemed like forever, bro. My brother Keon, everything boxing in the building. He said, yo, me and Keon be having conversations in private, bro. Yo, he had me rolling, bro. Yo, my wife was like, bro, what did you laugh? Yo, me and Key be going back and forth, right? Yo, Key said, he said, Shakur gonna get ugly like Kevin Durant and Chris Cyborg had a baby. Yo, I'm literally in tears, bro. Yo, he said Shakur gonna get ugly like Kevin Durant and Chris Cyborg had a baby, bro. When he said that, yo, I bust out. My wife was like, bro. She was like, yo, is everything all right with you? I could not stop laughing, bro. Yo, Key, you a fool for that one, bro. Yo. Yo, the visualization I had. Yo, I don't know why. I just visualized Chris Cyborg with a nursing gown on, looking up at Kevin Durant, and he had no haircut with a. Yo, that visual was crazy, bro. Yo, I told my man in the gym, Key, I told my man in the gym we was working out, what you said. Yo, Key, he was in tears, bro. He didn't know who Chris Cyborg was. I had to show him. Bro, he was in tears. But he asked me, yo, Key, is funny, right? Because I told him, Eden Wise, what's up, family? Eno Boxing, what up? Is because he asked me one day in the gym, because, I be on my health tip and stuff. So he asked me one day, 88 Sports Talk, what's up? He was like, yo, bro, you think something wrong with Kevin Durant, man? Because the way his head's like, he a big basketball fan. He a big Knicks fan. So he always asks me, like, yo, you think something healthy, like Kevin Durant, unhealthy because of his hair, like this, and this. So he always talk about Kevin Durant appearance. So I told him that, Key, I'm like, yo, my man said, he don't really watch boxing like that. I say, yo, my man said, this fighter going to get ugly on another fighter, as if Kevin Durant and Chris Cyborg had a baby, bro. That visual is diabolical, bro. Benjamin Harrington, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a hundo on your boy Blue. He said, salute, Blue, salute, chat, salute to you, family. Absolute said Devin looked like the new face of boxing. Yeah, man. So listen, man. Earlier, Tank Davis had put up a post. He post and delete. So he put up a post and he said something about he ain't going up to a certain weight, whatever. And he was like, but when I see Devin in the streets, it's on. And then he started going on other rants about Devin being, I don't care where Devin is, when I see him, and this, and this. Because somebody asked him, well, just fight him, whatever. So, yeah, that's what Tank had said. So I did a video based on that, and I said, Tank ain't never going to fight that. I did that earlier today, right? Blaze, pound for pound. What up, family? I'm just DF. What's up, family? Holly Sue, what's up? So I said that earlier, right? So I did that video earlier. And then Devin drops this news that Tank reached out and Tank got his team, and Tank is sounding like the way Tank put it, right? Tank said, Dane Watson, what's up? Tank said that Devin want to come in at 165 pounds. And Devin, and he said, I'm your daddy. You do as I say if you want to get this check. And Devin said never. So clearly it's about a catch weight, right? Now, I'm wondering if Tank see that 144 and he wanted to give him the same deal he gave Mario Barrios. Remember, he fought Mario Barrios at 140 and then he had a 10-pound rehydration clause. Remember that? He told Mario Barrios couldn't come in above 150 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And so if that's the case, you know what I mean? Yeah. So somebody asked me why he got this burner account. Well, I believe this. Tank got that burner account because he got these cases. You know what I'm saying? He could always deny that's him. It's not him, and it's not his verified account. It's clearly him because everybody that's somebody is responding to him. They ain't gonna respond. Their verified accounts is responding to his account. That lets you know. And the fact that Devin is saying that Tank's team reached out to him, that lets you know that it's Tank. But as far as the legal system go, he can deny and be like, that's not me. He could say that's somebody running his accounts. You know what I'm saying? Lance Shepard, my brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. He said, so Kid Austin and Tank legal problems out the way. I think this just interweb fighting. Hashtag keep punching blood. Salute. Hey, my brother Keon said, hey, bro, he told me, he said, when Shakur beat Devin, I'm going to be biting blood out my lip. Yo, bro, Keon be having some Yo, his comebacks be epic, bro. I'll be in tears, bro. My brother Dewan in the super chat dropping that cinco on your boy Blue. He said, "Do you think Tank would be a favorite against Devin based on everything that has happened with both their last fights? Also, what about Shakur versus Devin?" So here's the thing, right? Adrian Walters, what's up? Obviously, Tank is smaller than Shakur. Obviously, he's gonna get more money to fight Tank, right? Um, uh, uh, do I think Tank will be the favorite? Probably. Trillion Out Dream Deuce, what's up, family? Because everything, people still go off of that stuff with Ryan Garcia. Remember, at one point in time, Brian Norman was the favorite over Devin. You know what I'm saying? Tank is a bigger name. DF Dub Motivation, what up? Timothy Midget, what's up? Tank is a bigger name. He's a more popular fighter. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll open as the favorite. Maybe as things get closer. Pop Shop Talk, what up, family? Samuel P, what up? As things get closer to fight, I don't know. It might change. It might fall. It won't be a lot because obviously now people talk about the size difference, Tank's inactivity. Hover 575, what up? Tank Davis inactivity, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So you take all of those things into consideration, and yeah, I don't know what's going on my other computer. And you take those things. Stormy B, man, Triple OG, Sensei in the building. He said that Boxing Brothers short was diabolical and hilarious. Yo, I can't find who made that, Stormy, because I wanted to salute them, bro. That was hilarious, bro. Stormy, that was hilarious, right? So yeah, he'll open up as the favorite, I'm sure. What about Shakur and Devin? Craig Brooks, what's up? I saw Shakur said that Devin is ducking him to fight Tank. Bro, there's no such thing. What are you talking about? There's no such thing. Devin can't be ducked. You said you and Tank is the same size. So it's not possible for him to duck you to fight Tank Davis. Because even though I believe Shakur beats Tank Davis, and I believe Devin is going to beat Tank Davis, the fact remains is that at the very least, people think Tank and Shakur is 50-50, if majority of the people don't think Tank is going to beat Shakur Stevenson. So you take that into consideration. How could he possibly be ducking you to fight him? That's not possible. And you have all these stipulations as to why you don't want to fight Devin Haney. You're not ready to move up. You want this, you want that, whatever. Tank brings more to the table than Shakur Stevenson as far as commercial goes and namesake goes. Shakur brings more to the table, in my opinion. Now, I know the Tank Davis people going to get Shakur's more accomplished. I think Shakur's a better fighter than Tank. I think Shakur's a masterclass boxer. He's a masterclass defensive fighter. I think he's a much more tougher chess match to dissect for Devin than Tank is. Tank is who we know he to be. Not saying Tank is crafty. Tank is a boxer. Tank is a massive puncher. But as we see, Tank Davis has flaws with boxers. He has flaws with boxers. Creighton Brooks said, Creighton Brooks said, ain't nobody beating Shakur. That sounds good, but we got to actually see it. It all sounds good until we see it. You feel me? That's why we want to see it. Hey, man, I was going to do a stream based off of this, right? E-Jack Film said, Blue, your boxing IQ is off. Okay. Sounds good. The speaker says, what's up? My brother, Champ Side in the building. What's good with you, Champ? He said, never. What up, Blue? What's shaking with you, Champ? Hey, man, I'll be tapped in when you do your live, bro. You get me through my workouts, bro. I'll be scheduling my workouts around your live streams. It takes my mind off. My workouts go quick, bro. I ain't lying, bro. I give credit where credit is due. Paul Bunyan, what's up, family? T. Wright, what up, family? He said my boxing IQ is off. Why? Because I don't favor who you want me to favor? Make it make sense. Box fans, what's up, family? Make it make sense. The history has proven this. When you put masterclass boxers who have defensive-minded fighters in there with power punchers, we see the results. We see the results. A la Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, right? You see the results, right? All the way down to Jeff Lacey and Joe Kawasaki. You see the results. James Toney and Roy Jones. You see the results. Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. You seen the results. Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. You seen the results. Regardless of how close you think these fights are, you have seen the results. Bernard Hopkins in Trinidad. Trinidad was going to knock out Bernard Hopkins. You saw the results. Trinidad was going to knock out Oscar De La Hoya. You saw the results. Pernell Whitaker has showed you time and time again. You saw the results. Tank Davis is 5'4" with a 67-inch arm reach. Yes, he has a lot of power. He's explosive. Twiggy Torn, what's up? Shakur Stevenson is not as little as he portrays. He's at least 5'8" and a half, right? Same height as Terrence Crawford. He got about a 70-inch arm reach. He's a masterclass boxer. He controls distance very well, and he's great at defense. Same thing with Devin Haney. Devin Haney is even taller and even more rangy than Shakur Stevenson. He's about 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach, and they both have quick feet. Where you going?
To the gym.
Like that?
What you mean?
You would put some more clothes on. Hey, man, my daughter going to the gym, bro. You see what I'm talking about? They get big, bro, and then Christ be the King. Saved my life. Jeez. My daughter threw me off, man. Sometimes when I see my kids, bro, I forget how big they get, bro. Yeah, bro, I forget how big my kids get sometimes. I forget, bro. So anyway, saying this to say, I don't even remember what I was saying, bro. I got completely sidetracked. Yeah, bro, I got 4 daughters, bro. Bro. I done forgot what I was saying. Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the brothers, man. The future, what's up? I forgot what I was saying, man. I know I was saying something about Pernell Whitaker, right? So you see the results with when you're dealing with boxers versus punchers, right? They control. Oh, that's what I was saying. Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, they can control distance and they're patient, and they've fought at this level before. Foot 718, what up? They're not going to. You saw the results when he fought a guy who has skill set and can control pace and distance in Lamont Roach. And Lamont Roach wasn't even mastering Jimmy Bernard, what up? The distance and the control and the pace of the fight. He's not, no slight or disrespect to Lamont Roach at all whatsoever. Lamont Roach ain't on Shakur and Devin level when it comes to just skill set and boxing and movement. He's more flat-footed than they are. You know what I'm saying? I got 5 sons. I got 5 sons, 4 girls. So he's not as flat-foot. Excuse me. He's more flat-footed than they are. Right? They are more versatile. They can change the channel more than Lamont Roach can. Right? On Tank Davis and make him think. Tank Davis is a historically slow fighter. I'm not talking about hand speed and athletic ability. Right? I'm talking about his pace of fight. He's not a high volume fighter. He's a pick your punch fighter because he's at a size disadvantage. Okay? He's at a size. He said you were saying you better put more clothes on. That was the most important message. Yeah, bro. Like, hey, bro. Me and her now go to the same gym. I had skipped the gym that me and her go to. Me and my daughters go to because it's uncomfortable for me. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, she At my gym, bro, there's a lot of meatheads over there, bro, and a lot of meatheads. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of meatheads over there, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just super desperate, bro. You got dudes that come to the gym over there, and they ain't even coming for working out, bro. Dudes just being there hawking. And I like my freedom. Oh no, you go. And I like my freedom. Kennedy Styles, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. What up, Blue? Since Tank and Dev really want to fight each other, what could be the most logical reason the deal stops at the negotiation table? I really want to see this fight. It could be a plethora of things. The PBC working with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and the weight obviously could be an issue. You know, I'm sure Devin Haney has reservations on how far down he'll go, what he'll take. You know what I'm saying? As well as Tank has reservations on how far up he'll go and what he'll take. As far as the split, the money, I don't think the money is going to be a problem at all because Devin sees an opportunity. Devin has the mindset of Floyd Mayweather. Devin sees the opportunity. Yo, do y'all hear the ice cream man? It is pouring down rain out here. It's pouring rain. And here he comes. It doesn't matter what time I go on. I think he just is like, bro, I think he watched me and purposely be like, there's no way. It's raining, bro. It's muggy. It's raining. It's cloudy. It's gloomy. What is the ice cream man out here for? Yo. This guy's out of control, bro. Bro. Yeah, I told y'all this is y'all. I know y'all be thinking I'm joking. This dude is out of control, bro. Yeah, it's King Judah. Like, bro. Yo, it's not possible, bro. Like, bro, it's come on, bro. It's crazy, man. Anyway, man. Curtis Robinson, what up, family? Alexis Hill Jones, what's up? So that would be, in my opinion, the only, there's a few things that can prevent the fight from happening. You know what I'm saying? Weight, money is not gonna be the issue. Tank ain't gonna be able to use money as an issue. I can tell you that now. I can tell you right now. Trayvon D. King, salute. First time in New York. Oh man, it's gonna be live. It's supposed to rain on Friday too, and Saturday. Let me see. Yeah, it's supposed to rain Friday and Saturday, man. And the weigh is supposed to be outside too. Diabolical, bro. I was waiting for this too, man. Living my best life, C-Born, what up? So that would be the only thing I think that would, money ain't gonna hold it up. Devin ain't gonna let the money hold it up. He ain't gonna. Devin understands what comes of it. Should he beat Tank? Devin understands even the he take a less split, he's still gonna get paid handsomely. You know what I'm saying? And Justin, what's up? The money ain't gonna be an issue. The weight is gonna be the biggest issue, bro. It's gonna be the weight is gonna be the biggest issue. It's gonna be the biggest issue. The weight is gonna be the biggest issue. I promise you. What weight? If it's at 140, it's gonna be interesting to see, man. Tank, or the fact that Tank already said this dude want to come in 165, that tells you, it's telling you right off the bat, the weight is gonna be an issue. The fact that Tank is saying right off the back yo, this dude want to come in at 165. No, you got to do as I say. I'm your daddy, blah, blah. I'm going to read what Tank said. I'm going to read what Tank said. I'm going to read what Tank said. I'm going to read what Tank said, right? Hold on. Tank says, I'm paraphrasing. Y'all know when I use specific words is because I'm paraphrasing. Tank says, Devin says, Devin says, I think Gervonta grew up here. I'm going to paraphrase. His team reached out. We might just end up fighting. And then he put the laughing emojis, right? Devin is excited. Tank responds and says, I'm paraphrasing, dude want to come in at 165. You not in the driver's seat. It's your dad you talking about. He meant it's your dad you talking to. If you want to get the biggest purse of your career, you do as I say. Brother, I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say brother at all. Y'all know the word he used to describe Devin Haney. Devin Haney responds and he says, never. Right? So he's not saying never to the weight. He's saying never to you being my daddy and you do as I say. So therefore, Devin confirms, like, he's like, Gervonta got gruesome and his team reached out to negotiate a fight. And you know, you gotta know in this situation with Tank, it's gonna be a rehydration clause. You knew that. You know that. Like, I would be extremely surprised if there's no rehydration clause. I mean, that would be mind-blowing. I would be mind-blown if there is no rehydration clause. There's no way. There's no way Tank gonna take this fight with no rehydration clause. Bro, I would be Wookie Woo, what up? I would be absolutely just like, bro, I can't see it, bro. Man, if Tank take this fight and does this fight with a catchweight and there's no rehydration clause, man, listen. Lamont Roach is a very solid, very good fighter. Lamont Roach is a very good, solid fighter. Lamont Roach is, you know who Lamont Roach, and I don't want this to sound disrespectful because I'm not meaning it to sound disrespectful in no way, shape, form, or fashion. And you got to say that today, especially with today's time, with these dudes today's time, right? Lamont Roach is a poor man's version. He's a poor man's version of Winky Wright. He's a poor man's version of Winky Wright, right? No special effects, right? No, they don't have that X factor. They're vanilla, but they are very effective and have mastered what they do. The fact that Robert Singleton, but I said he's a poor man's version of him. You know what I'm saying? He's a smaller version of Winky Wright. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no special effects. He don't have fast hands. He don't have fast feet. You know what I'm saying? They are basic. They're vanilla. They're hard workers. They're consistent. They're counter punchers. They got good, solid jabs. They don't have great power, but they got enough stifling power. They don't have, blistering fast hand speed, but they got good enough timing, right? That's what they are. And if you play games with them, you will lose. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't on your A game with Winky Wright. If you even, and I'm saying Winky Wright in his prime, if it was Roy Jones, if it was Bernard Hopkins, if it was Trinidad, if it was whomever, if you're not on your A game with Winky Wright, you're going to lose. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's Lamont Roach. You know what I mean? Like, they have a very basic game plan. And those fundamentals that he showed you, Trick Nolte, my brother, what up with you, Trick? He said, what up, Blue? Gonna be in town for the fight. I called you. Oh, hit me up tonight. I'll hit you back tonight. I ain't even see it, but I'll hit you tonight. Yeah, we definitely link up for sure. Deluxe recording, he said the Lincoln lawyer. Yeah, the great debater and the Lincoln lawyer, man. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes is diabolical, those two dudes, bro. I saw the great debater say, yo, bro. I could not believe what this dude said. This dude justified being a C-Rack baby. He said, I'd rather be a C-Rack baby than a C-Rack user. So I don't know why Bill Haney is using that. Bro, what? What are you talking about? This dude said, I'd rather be a C-Rack user baby. Y'all know what I'm talking about, C-Rack. Y'all know what y'all put the words together, C-Rack. He'd rather be a C, the letter C rack, use a baby, than be a C-Rack user. So Bill using that as an insult. That ain't an insult. Bro, what kind of man are you, bro? Man, these dudes, yo, bro, I don't know. Man, I ain't never seen, yo, bro. I ain't never seen people, well, I ain't have social media. So I didn't, no, the great debater said this, King Judah. Not the Lincoln lawyer, the great debater. Not the Lincoln lawyer, the great debater. The Lincoln lawyer was off his meds when he mentioned my name the other day. I'm talking about the great debater. He's a streetwalker. With that said, PKTK, what up? These dudes is wild diabolical, bro. I never seen men. These guys are not men, man. Anyway, I've never seen, these guys are not men, bro. These guys are created in a lab. You know what I'm saying? Quell, what up, family? Shout out to Tank mother and father. Why are you shouting out Tank's mother and father? They failed him, bro. Crawler Loke, what up? D-Boy Dad, what up? I call a spade a spade. See, I got kids Tank age. I can be honest, man. See, I could be Tank's dad, literally. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm saying that as a parent to Javante Tank Davis. They failed him, bro. I was just telling my wife about one of my daughters in situations. I can't sleep because we had a conversation, so on and so forth. I'm not going to get into details, but there's some things that she needs me to do that I need to do better as a dad. You know what I'm saying? And I got to do it. You know what I mean? And I can't sleep because guess what? I feel like I'm failing her. You know what I mean? And that's something I can't do. Why you, bro? Forever Chip, what up? Forever Chip said, "Why you care?" I don't know if you're talking to me or who you're talking to or whatever you're talking about. Romello Dynasty, what's up, family? I have no clue. What you're talking about? You got to clarify. I don't understand that. I don't understand Ebonics, bro. Why you care? I don't understand that, brother. I don't understand that. The T-Sizzle, what up, family? Yeah, ice cream man. See, I told you. It's raining, bro. Victor Griffin, my brother, been a channel member, family member for 34 months, 2 years. My brother, over 3 years. My brother been a channel member. Man, he said, salute, Blue. Good to see you doing some lives again. Bless, King. Blessings to your family. I be feeling like I need to talk to the family sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I just be feeling like that. You know what I mean? Jeremy 2684, what up? That ain't even broken English. You know, Jamaicans speak broken English. I don't know what that was right there. Drew Titan, the Drew, my brother in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Drew Titan. What up with you, Drew? I don't know. That wasn't even broken English. I don't know what that was, bro. Yeah, me neither, King Judah. I was saying that same thing with Shakur. I don't think that he should do that, right? And the same thing with Tank. You know what I'm saying? Curtis Robinson, my brother, been a channel member for 40 months. Salute, Kurt Robinson, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Fool A Earth, man. What up, family? So here's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Again, I can't tell Dev what to do. He gonna do what he do. You know what I mean? I can't do what I came to do. Oh, again, I was vindicated again. Didn't the Lincoln lawyer and the great debater tell y'all when I said that Calvin and Kenny ain't in his corner for his last fight with Lamont Roach? Didn't the Lincoln lawyer and didn't the great debater come out here and tell y'all I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm making up stories and I'll be lying and Calvin and Kenny is in his corner? Remember that? When I said, and I told y'all, I got people down there that told me Tank ain't rocking with them for the Lamont Roach fight. Remember that? And you had people in here, the great debater and the Lincoln lawyer. Oh, he don't know what he talking about. Blue Blood be lying. Calvin is right there. Remember they did all these videos? Did y'all see what Tank just said? Did y'all see what Tank just said? He said, you can't tell me. Somebody said Tank is somebody said to Tank he's ungrateful. And about Coach Calvin and Kenny, he said they want to be famous, not trainers. The Lincoln lawyer is Fanon. Uncle Doc, what up? And then remember that? And I told y'all he ain't training with them. Somebody said to Tank, you ungrateful about your situation with Calvin and Kenny. And Tank said, I've made myself great. Then he said, why you think I wasn't working with them for my last fight? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I told y'all that he wasn't working with them for the Lamont Roach fight. Didn't I tell y'all that? And what did Tank just say? He said, you can't tell me I'm ungrateful. Noise, what's up, family? He said, I wasn't working with them for my last fight. Why you think I was in D.C. and not working with them for my last fight? What did I tell y'all? But I thought I was lying. I thought I was lying. When I told y'all, I said, he ain't working with them. Oh, look, Calvin right there. Calvin in D.C. Calvin right there. Blue be lying. Blue making up stories. Now what did Tank say? Why you think I wasn't even working with them and I was in D.C. for my last fight? And now Tank confirmed that he's training with Jose Benavidez Sr. Somebody asked Tank, how is it working with Jose Benavidez Sr.? He said it's going great. He's working with Jose Benavidez Sr. and Coach Cunningham. I know he was working with Coach Cunningham. I had no idea he was working with Jose Benavidez Sr. Once again, I was vindicated. Hey, bro, y'all gonna start giving me my props one of these days. I had no idea about him and Jose Benavidez Sr. That's different. But I know he rocked with David Benavidez, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he's with Jose Benavidez Sr. at all. Not in the least bit. So, but again, back to the topic at hand. I think that this is bro. If hopefully this come, Quincy Carter said you was wrong, Blue. I was wrong about what? What was I wrong about? Uncle Doc, what up? He was in Cali this weekend with Big Benavidez. Yeah, that's what I heard. Oh, that's what he said. I didn't hear nothing. Mike Mon said, what up, family? Yo, Vu, what up? I didn't hear nothing. I knew nothing about that, bro. He said, read my comment. No, I'm not going back up, bro. Too much going on. But you said you was wrong, Blue. I don't know what I was wrong about. He said, Blue, you fessed up. Blue, you fused me out. Blue, you fussed me out for no reason. One of your videos you posted a few weeks back, bro. You mixed my comment up with somebody else, King. Oh, my fault. Hey, bro, Quincy, bro, real talk. If I did that, bro, I apologize. I need glasses now, bro. So if you caught some friendly fire, yo, give old Blue a pass, bro, because I need glasses now. You know what I'm saying? So give your boy a pass, bro. You know I ain't meaning for you. Yeah, give old Uncle pass. I can't see that well, Quincy. So if I you know it wasn't meant for you, Gray brother. You know it wasn't meant for you. So Nathaniel, he said I need $800 before the 1st of July to pay my half of the rent. My advice, any advice? Right now, I just got a new job. Man, you better jump in that Uber joint if you got a car. Get that some of that Uber money real quick. Get you some of that Uber money. He said, Blue, oh, my boy saying Devin will get smoked by Tank. Yeah, you got to understand something. People that say Devin going to get smoked by Tank is people that they're super casuals in the sport of boxing, and they only know about power. Everybody, that's the obvious. You understand what I'm saying? If you anybody knows a knockout, so people just go with the guy that gets knockouts. Oh, that guy knocks everybody out. Oh, I'm going with him. That's what people are going to do. Oh, he gets knockouts. I'm going with him. You know what I'm saying? Kendall, what up, family? Contact perspective. Yeah, ice cream man out here making money. You need to get with this ice cream man. That's what you need to do. Clearly, he got something going on. But yeah, man. So that's the easiest. That's the easiest way to go. Yeah. Yeah. That Uber money ain't no joke, man. You get that Uber money for real. So like I said, man. Raven Nation, what up? He said fight ain't gonna happen. I'm being hopeful, man, because I want the sport of boxing to thrive. The sport of boxing needs fights. Like it needs Shakur and Devin. It needs Tank and Devin. It needs Tank and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? It needs Keyshawn and Shakur. It needs Keyshawn and Devin and Keyshawn and Tank. It needs Keyshawn and Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Boxing needs these fights. That's why I am campaigning, and that's why I can't stand when these fighters be out here contradicting themselves because you're holding the sport hostage. I wanted to say this. Sports Hope, what's up, family? I wanted to say this, right? When us, the fans, point out the obvious, Anthony Johnson, what's up? That's going on with the sport, something I cannot stand. And I would ask any fighter this question because I see fighters, they go on social media and they'll be like, oh, you YouTubers this and you beat writers that. And I saw some Andre Ward put up, right? Andre Ward said something to the magnitude when it comes to the whole situation. Ray Davis, my brother, what's up, family? Where Andre Ward was referring to, the situation between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence that I responded to, that people asked me about my opinion on what Errol Spence said about the Terrence Crawford. About the Terrence Crawford fight with the interview with Andre Ward. And Andre Ward said these YouTubers, writers in the sport of boxing should be getting tired of the old narratives that they pushing in the sport of boxing. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's not a narrative. Errol Spence said what he said, and people are going to feel how they feel about what he said. That's not a narrative. People like myself or beat writers for the sport, they're going to feel and their viewpoint of what he said. That's not pushing a narrative. Tay Brown, peace, bless to the brown sugar, 11520 in the building. Blessings, Queen. You understand what I'm saying? That is not a narrative. Nobody's pushing a false narrative. We're giving our opinion based off of our situation, our standpoint, because we have the biggest place in the sport of boxing. So here, let me ask y'all this question, because I can't stand when fighters say stuff like this. Chilltown, what's up, Haney? I don't like when fighters, man, y'all ain't never fought. You ain't never did this, right? Okay, so if y'all don't respect us because we ain't never boxed, how about us, all of us as fans, and all of us as media, writers or YouTubers, just take our money away? Since we don't know what we're talking about. Since we so delusional to the sport of boxing. So then we shouldn't, because guess what? Stormy, let me ask you a question, Triple OG. Right? As a Triple OG and a sensei, would you advise young people to invest their money into something they know nothing about? So since we don't know nothing about the sport of boxing, because we ain't never boxed, then we should all just retract our money and our time and step off. Now, where does that leave you? Could you fight in the arena with nobody there and get paid? Because otherwise, then you would just be a street fighter. Muscle up, Kev, my brother. What's up, family? Right? You would just be a street fighter. Without YouTube, there is no boxing. Because quote unquote mainstream media don't give a damn about boxing. So without me sitting here with these 700 people right now, because this news came across and we got an update, so I decided to sit here and break this down to the people. If I don't do this, and the rest of the people that are going to talk about this don't do this, who's going to talk about Tank Davis and Devin Haney? Who's going to talk about Champ's side been on this, going to work every day, 7-8, going to work, right? Coach Malachi, right? Whether everybody get along or not. Even the Lincoln lawyer and the great debater, right? Without the Lincoln lawyer and the great debater and Blue Blood and Champ Side and the General 7-8 and BFTB boxing and without us doing this, my brother, what's his name? Nestor Gibbs, right? Without Nestor Gibbs and his podcast, we none of us do nothing. What y'all have then? What do you have then? Because guess what? These sponsors and these quote unquote big mainstream, without the fans, they don't know. They only want to sponsor you and be involved with you because of us. Oh, you're going to attract the people. and get the people to pay up. So you got the ear of the people. So guess what? We'll invest in you. I think that these fighters and athletes forget the importance of the fans. I think they forget the importance of media. I think they truly forget that. They get so high with their earnings and their lifestyle. Yeah, you risked your life. But guess what? If I didn't invest my money, you would be risking your life for free. Take that into consideration. How many times have I sat here and broke news that nobody knew about? ESPN told you that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder was a done deal and they was getting ready to fight. That was a lie. ESPN. The worldwide leader in sports said that the contract was signed and they gave you a date for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, and clearly we saw that wasn't true. The biggest sporting platform in the world said that Anthony Joshua, that goes to show you they don't like y'all. They don't care about y'all. You're irrelevant to them. So therefore, you should give us more respect for what we do. See, it's easy to just say, oh, they're YouTubers. No, we are fans that invest in our time in the sport of boxing to relay the message to other people. That's what y'all don't understand. As I tell the people all the time, we are the bridge. Myself, Champside, 7-8. 7-8 bring on Bill Haney. Bill Haney going – see, Bill Haney's smart. That's why he go on these platforms. Bill Haney is smart. He understands. Bill Haney always say, I'm going to where the people got the air. You got the air of the people, bro. That's where I'm going. And y'all still didn't learn. Y'all still didn't learn. Bill Haney is showing you. Y'all still didn't learn. Bill shows you on a daily basis. I'm going with the air of the people. I seen Turkey Al-Sheikh. He's a multi-billionaire. Guess what? And the brothers can confirm this. When I saw Turkey, he came up to me. He said, keep doing what you're doing. I watch you. I watch you all the time. That's a fact. That's what Turkey said. This is at the Terrence Crawford-Canelo Alvarez fight. And then he asked me, see, Turkey is understanding. Turkey understands. Then Turkey asked me, what do I think about everything? Why does my opinion matter to a guy like Turkey Al-Sheikh? You know why, His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, my opinion matters? Because he understands that people like myself have the ear and the eye of the people. And we can relay the message. He understands that. Turkey doesn't have dementia. He has a tumor on his brain that's messing up his memory. So His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh understands that. But the fighters will be quick to dismiss us. Instead, if you got an issue with anything somebody says, go on the platform and address it. But they so concerned with saying to themselves and saying to people, I ain't going on that platform because I ain't giving you no credit. Well, what y'all don't realize is we don't even need your credit. Because we have the attention of the people. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all, yeah, it's good to have you on. But we do this every single day. So instead of go to the people and say hey, bro, I don't agree with what you said. Let me go on there and address what you said. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But they so concerned with not trying to give us credit. You wouldn't talk about boxing if it wasn't for boxers, point blank. You're not very smart, great brother, because without us, there is no boxing. Let me ask you a question. When we was dealing in the pandemic and there was no fans, where was boxing? The most important part of boxing is us, not so smart guy. The most important part of boxing is us. Is us paying the money to walk through the door. We are the most important part of boxing. But see, they have made you believe, yeah, there will always be fans, brother. What the fans grow because they love the sport. There is no boxing without the fans. Not so smart guy. Where was the sport of boxing during the pandemic? With no fans there. Who was getting paid, brother? Exactly. Dr. C Jr., brother in the super chat, dropping that $250 on your boy Blue. He said that boy Blue, from a former traditional journalist and current communication educator, boxing media is social media. The Boxing Voice, Biz, Cigar Talk, Mill City, etc. We need you professionals doing this entertainment journalist. Facts. We are the important part. Bro, go sit at the kiddie table. You're not very bright. Go sit at the kiddie table. I'm not gonna keep entertaining not very smart people. Oh, without boxing is, be quiet, brother. Oh, where would you be without boxing? Doing something else. I was a nurse in the operating room doing a surgical tech. Those at the part say you wrong, Blue. Argue with your mom. R. Stokes, my brother in the building. What's up? I'm not arguing with fools. Not arguing with fools. Not doing it. Marvelous Tracks. What's up, family? So anyway, man, as far as the sport, as far as this fight goes, man, we need this, man. The sport of boxing needs this. You know, yeah, go ahead and time them out, bro. People just say anything, right? People just like to be to disagree. Jay Good, what's up, big bro? People love to disagree just for the sake of disagreeing. Okay? When you look at any sport, boxing included, why do they get paid more money today? Because you have more fans today. Why does the NBA want to expand into different countries and be a global sport? So they can have more fans in attendance to pay more money, right? This not so smart guy says, oh, well, boxing been here for years. Was boxers making $100 million 40, 50 years ago? Of course not. Because they didn't have the fanfare to attract the money to make for $100 million. Was NBA players making $200 million max contracts? The sport grew because the fans grew. My brother, Town Biz Sports and Entertainment. What up, Town? So to say something silly like, oh, you can't do nothing without the fighters. No, fans are just investing in something else. Not so smart guy. Fans are just investing in something else. I just said it was raining here where I'm at. What part of that don't you understand? He said there's birds chirping, but it's raining in New York. I just said that it's raining. Jafari Caesar, what's up? I simply just said that it's raining. It's raining. I'm born and raised in New York, brother. That's it. That's all. Why my location matters to you? Doesn't matter. There's birds chirping, Because it's a pause in the rain right now. It's summertime, brother. That's what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I want some people to come up, man. Do me a favor, man. When you come up, tell me about the fight, what you think about the fight, and let's keep it as clean as possible. Hola, Gonzalo. Uncle Doc, a trade. I'm sorry, brother, if I came at you harsh, brother. But I'm born and raised in New York, bro. It's raining here in New York. I'm born and raised here in New York, man. I just said it's raining. I said, why is the ice cream man going around the block? And it's raining. Geo James, Khalil 98, what up, family? 750 World, what's up? Kid the Great, my brother, what up, family? How you feeling? Scott Miller, what up? So the link in the chat, man. Come up and kick it, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. Do y'all think this fight gonna happen? Do y'all think that, it's just a Tank is capping? What y'all think, man? What's good, great brother?
Hold on, bro.
Okay. Why it sound so low? Battle Rap Rob, what up? Hundreds have tried what Jake Paul did. He just have the fans to succeed. Exactly. Why do you think?
Bro, what's up, bro?
What's good, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah, good. I was low because my shit was hooked up to one of them little portable speakers or whatever. So
okay. That's all.
Yeah. But yo, look though, that little spat with you with a liquor lawyer. Yo, and look right, yo. I'm not. I want to hear boxing, right? I was listening. I grew up between Baltimore and the Bronx, right? I lived in Howard Park of Baltimore, 161st in the Bronx. You know what I mean? So
164.
You said what happened, son?
I said 164.
161st by Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
So I was discovered. I'm a recording artist, right? Pun is my people's. You know what I mean?
Oh, word, Big Pun?
Yeah. You can Google me. You feel what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so yo, I was listening to the liquor lawyer. I liked it because he was defending Tank on his situation, like, you feel what I'm saying? And so then he just started going on in New York and all this. I'm like, yo, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, champ, I can't Google you, know what I mean? Like, you saying you're a lawyer and all this kind of shit, like, I Googled you. Like, you ain't come up. You know what I'm saying? So then this Herb's talk about, oh, but Google my brother. He's bigger than me. My brother's yo, Blue, I swear to goodness, yo, I lied to you not, yo. So my brother's bigger than me, and I love my brother, but I'm bigger than he is. This and that and the third. Like, yo, he be trying to belittle niggas, yo, and like, yo, who are you, yo? Like, yo, you got, you know what I'm saying? And then, yo, he be popping shit about Crawford and everybody, like, yo, he like, and then so, yo, so look, right? Yo, so then he like, well, look, like Bernie the Boxer was from Mill City, right? Like, that dude is a bitch, and this is the third way. So,
yeah.
So, yo, I go back to his chat, like, yo,
snap, bro.
I'm like, yo, this kid Bernie the Boxer said you a bitch. What's up? Like, what?
Yo, you got do a favor when you gotta keep it clean. You gotta keep it clean for me.
No, all right, yeah. So he like, well, look, none of those dudes are gonna touch me because you know why? I will get the police. Yo, it did like he was, yo. He was like, I will get the FBI on that.
Oh,
Yo, cause like, yo, I was listening to him. I'm like, yo,
I
why are
told
you
y'all,
talking about?
man.
Like, why are you talking about all these cats? Like, what they do to like? You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like, what's the beef with them and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like,
I told y'all, man, that dude is comedy, bro. Pure comedy,
yo,
bro.
and I'm like, yo, then he start talking about, you know, the boxing. Like, I don't rock with the boxing voice no more because I found out that dude was a rat in the streets or whatever. So I
Yo,
don't.
hold up. You told him you Googled him and he said
Yo,
Google my
I slid
brother?
on everything blue. I was like, yo, champ, I Googled you. And no, yo, look, right? I'm like, yo, I Googled you and nothing came up. And I'm like, yo, like, so he like, well, let me send you my LinkedIn. Yo, anybody can have a LinkedIn, yo. So, yo, and look, he didn't even send the LinkedIn, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, he didn't even send the LinkedIn.
Yo, snap, bro.
Yo,
told y'all,
he
bro,
didn't even send the LinkedIn. Yo, like, all right, so send the LinkedIn then. Like, he like,
told
should I
y'all,
send
man,
it? Nah, I ain't even gonna send it. Like,
yo, I told y'all that dude is diabolical, man.
yo,
He is
dude
diabolical.
lost his mind for real. Like, then he started talking about how New York is we connected with the Jewish mob and all this kind of stuff. Like, yo, what? Like, yo,
Yo,
he
I
gonna
said,
yo,
when he said that he's Hitler's grandson or whatever, I said, bro, how do people listen to this?
he said no,
He said,
yo, Blue, yo, just pull out the receipts, yo. You had to pull out the
Hitler's
receipts when
grandson
done, yo.
yo, I was like, bro, come on, bro.
Yo, cause no, the other day, right? He pulled up a picture of Bambaataa, like, yeah, you know, Blue, you look like him, and this and that and the third, and he's New York City's I'm like, yo, Bambaataa ain't no pioneer. I'm like, yo, what did Bambaataa invent, yo? Like a pioneer start. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, he just put me on
going off of what
timeout.
he heard. He going off what he heard. He going off what he heard.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, he's connected with the Chicago mob and all this kind of crazy. Yo, I'm like, yo, this dude, yo, nah, I can't, yo, because I was listening to him, like, yo, I'm a junkie for boxing, right?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Any creator I listen to, like, you feel what I'm saying? Even Ness, like, you feel what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I mean, what I heard about him and Google, like, I still even listen to him sometimes. I like, feel what I'm saying? I'm sick of the mainstream sports and all that, so I would tune into him, and I was rocking with Phenomenal because he was defending Tank or whatever, like, you feel what I'm saying? But then, yo, as he stopped defending Tank, yo, he just started going off on some other stuff, yo, like,
yeah, he can't help himself.
He really connected, like,
bro,
and this and that and the third, and then other cats don't own their channel, like, how they don't own their channel? Like, what are you talking about, yo?
Right. He's out of control, bro.
Yeah, yo, but it's just too funny, yo. The Lincoln lawyer shit with him.
And for years, I ignored him for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo, like, and I'm just thinking, like, yo, what you got against them cats, yo? Like, what they, you feel what I'm saying? And I would comment into it, like, you feel what I'm saying? Because other cats I usually listen to, you know, don't be on, like, you know what I mean? I'm an early morning cat. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, it was just throwing me off, like, yo, and it was just wow. But yo, Blue, you better than me, brother, because you ignored it for years, and then, then
years. I just let it ride for
too...
years, bro. I just was like, bro, I ain't see a point, but he can't let it go, bro.
Yeah, yo, that's wild, yo, like, and then Heads was talking about he was on medication and stuff like that.
Bro,
like,
he's out of control, bro, and that's why I
yo, bro.
But he just keep on.
Yo, I like Boots this weekend though.
Yeah, I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I like Boots this weekend, and yeah, I don't know what's up with Tank or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I heard he switched to Benavidez.
Yeah, he supposedly he went to and before I get to that, Dr. C, my brother King Judah in the building. What's good with y'all, man?
Oh no, go ahead, do your thing, Blue. I just want to tell you about the Lincoln lawyer or whatever. Yo, how I commented, like, yo, I can't even Google you, champ. Like, what's up with that, yo?
He's wild, bro. He's wild.
Yo. But yeah, no, yo, do your thing, though, champ.
All right, Rob, appreciate you.
All right, no doubt, Blue. Peace.
All right. Peace. Yeah, we got the brothers
What up?
in
What
here.
up, Blue?
What's good? What's good?
What up, Blue? How's the audio?
There we go, man. Here they go. What you say, great brother? I couldn't hear you, man.
And how's the audio? Am I good?
Oh yeah, audio is good. Your audio is good for sure.
All right, I'll turn this camera on when I get back to the house. Hey, first of all,
you ain't got to turn it on. I only tell the people to turn the camera on when they trying to, when they always trying to be negative. You know what I'm saying? You
got to show your face. That's right.
Yeah.
So first of all, man, it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back on.
I appreciate you.
And that's the point that you said, journalists.
Oh, you breaking up? You breaking up now, bro?
Sorry about that.
No problem.
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, you breaking up bad now. No, you sound like a robot.
I'm coming off.
Yeah, he might have to leave out and come back in.
Yeah.
All right, is it better now, fellas?
Yeah, much better now.
Okay. All right. So coming from being a traditional journalist and understanding some of these bigger, more mainstream sports, they don't need social media the way us as boxing fans, boxing as a sport needs. And boxing was really, as you spoke about, was really dying, without a doubt. And having you all do this every single day, giving us the breaking news, just like traditional journalists do. And then you all can go even a step further at times where you can get people to come on, professional athletes, managers, trainers, or like Najee did the other day, bringing them to WBC. It gives us additional access, keeps us wanting. And so when news comes out via social media between Tank and Devin, or Tank and Shakur, or whomever, all it does is build up more anticipation for the fight, which goes back to your earlier point, us making more resources, us giving more resources, the fighters getting more resources. And some people need to understand, in a democracy, we all play a part. The trash man, the ice cream man, the truck driver, the educator, the police officer, we all play a part. And sometimes it's easy to forget that. But respect, man, we need this fight. We just need to see Tank back in the ring fighting somebody. That's how I feel about it. Tank fighting anybody, I'm all about. And especially a style like Devin's, because you're right. While the guys that Tank has fought in the recent past, well, not recent past, but Tank's resume, Blue, has gotten better over time. With Rolly, 2-division champ, Ryan Garcia champ. Even though Pitbull is not a full champ, he's been a 2-time interim champion. So some of the guys he's fought, Mario Barrios, WBC champion for quite some time. But we still haven't seen him fight the top guys. And it would be just great.
I want to just say
everybody
this
wins.
I want to say this too, to what you started off by saying, right? And then let you finish that. What became the most biggest thing in boxing, right? Is that everybody started talking about, the talking point was pay-per-view sales. How many pay-per-views you did. The thing is that the fans miss out, and the people, it starts to become so, we forget that we are the pay-per-view.
That's right.
Right. So when people start to talk about, hey, how many pay-per-views you did, because we talk about the overall number, and we'll say something like, oh, well, 4.6 million people bought Floyd versus Pacquiao. That's 4.6 million people.
That's right.
Us as the fans. Subtract the 4.6 million people, and Floyd ain't bragging about what he did that night.
That's right.
He's bragging because what? I hold all the records for the people to support me over you. You when they go when they go into negotiations, right? They're talking about how many more supporters I have than you have. That's my leverage. My leverage is the people. My leverage is not my skill set. My leverage is the people, right? How much when you talk about Ryan Garcia, right? Right, King Judah, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, right? Everybody talked about Ryan Garcia having 10 million followers. That makes him the A side, right? When it came to Tank and Ryan, that's the biggest fight in Tank's career. Why? Because Ryan Garcia brought people with him. He brought supporters that are willing to pay to support him.
That's right.
That's why Tank made the money he made versus Ryan, and that's still the biggest fight today. Because the other fighters, however many boxers there is in the world, I don't even know how many boxers there is in the world, right, Dr. C? It's so many boxers in the world, but they don't have the people.
That's right.
So you don't even know who they are. So when people say stuff like, if it wasn't for the fighters, you know how many fighters there is in the world? You don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Because the people don't support them with their money.
That's right.
We are in any walk of life, people. This goes for any walk of life. Without, what do we always say? Even when it comes to politics, the people stop voting, stop supporting, they have no leverage. They have no power. We are the power. What we used to say back in the, remember this, in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s? Power to the people.
Power to the people. That's right. Mm-hmm.
We are the power. Yes, they are the product. And we confusing the product with the power. They are the product. Yes, we go, like you just said, right, Dr. C? We go hand in hand. We need each other. But the foundation is us. Without us, there is no foundation.
No foundation.
It's just like the house, right? You have a house. You can have electricity. You can have running water. If you ain't got no foundation, none of that matters. None of it matters. So therefore, in the sport of boxing, without the people, we like no other. We affect this sport like no other sport because they don't have the sponsors like everybody else. The NBA, the NFL, right now, right, when the Knicks played the Spurs, right, because it was New York, the media marketer, again, why was it so big? Media market of the world. Because of what? The people again.
Yeah.
So the media is able to reach out to, because it's the biggest media market, we are able to touch so many different people and attract so many different people. It made it for the second biggest, well, the biggest finals since 1998 when Michael Jordan last played. Because of the people. But even then, right, they have sponsors, right? Gatorade, they have this, they have that, right? We directly affect the sport of boxing even more than the NFL, the NBA, or any other sport.
That's right.
Because they get budgets, massive budgets, right? The NFL just got, I think I saw they got $100 billion or $200 billion from Netflix or something like that, Amazon or something like that, over like a 7-year period, something ridiculous, $75 billion over like a 10-year period, whatever, just for one game a week. Right? But again, because they know that platform has a lot of people watching the platform that's going to allow those people to tune in to those games, whether they know they on or not, because we could be surfing on that platform and then be like, oh, there's a game on, and click on.
That's right.
Right? It's just like us, what we do here. Right? Without us doing what we do here, nobody knows about the sport of boxing because nobody cares.
That's right.
You dudes have no sponsors.
Period.
There is no Gatorade. There is no halftime. The halftime show, the NBA halftime show in the finals was so ridiculous that one game Wu-Tang Clan performed. Cardi B performed at one halftime show. They play 5 games. What, 6 games? Or no, 5, right? So they play 5 games, right? These are the performers at halftime. And then come to find out, it was so big that Cardi B and them said that they was going to perform for free because of the attraction that they was going to get from other people. Y'all got to start paying attention to what we saying. So that's what I'm saying. The importance of us. I could come on here at the drop of a dime at 5 o'clock and have 700 people here. And it's probably going to end with over 5,000 people watching this to bring attention to Tank Davis and Devin Haney fighting.
Yep.
And that don't include Champ Side going to talk about it. 7-8 going to talk about it. Boxing Voice going to talk about it. Coach Malachi going to talk about it. This person, whether we like them or not, Cali Word Peace Bus Screen, whether Fanon going to talk about it tomorrow. Everybody's going to talk about it. One way, like Floyd always say, good, bad, or indifferent. Everybody's going to talk about it.
That's right.
Right. So they need to, that's what I'm saying is that they need to respect us for our importance. That's one thing Bill Haney understands. He understands that how important we are to the movement. Yeah, Devin Haney is the product. 1,000%. And Bill Haney is the spokesman.
Yep.
But he understands that we need the people so we can get this money.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just simple mathematics. You need the people. We are extremely important. Again, like I said, the pandemic, right? When the pandemic happened and there was no fans, nobody wanted to fight. Why? Because nobody wanted to pay no money. How am I paying you money and there's no people coming in the stands?
Mm-hmm.
If that didn't teach you everything you need to know, I don't know what will. Floyd Mayweather, the first thing he tells you, I hold the record for pay-per-views. See, we get it confused and stop realizing that we are the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about us.
Mm-hmm.
I had 4.6 million people tune in to watch me fight. That got, and then what's his next, right? Dr. C, Inside Square Circle, King Judah, right? What's the next thing he did? Look at my check.
Look at my check. $100 million check. You ever seen
$100 million check, right? I got this biggest check because you got the biggest crowd and the most people to watch you.
Yep. Yep.
Without that,
All
you
day.
don't have nothing. And then what do
day.
people say, right? And then I'm gonna lay my plane here and let y'all cook because I'm being long-winded, right? But after that, right, what happens, right? When we have fighters, and we notice every day that we have fighters, what's the first thing, King Judah, you notice, I hear you and Champ start cooking. The first thing they'll talk about Devin Haney, he ain't worth it, right? Man, Devin Haney getting 100 million. He ain't worth 100 million. Nobody gonna tune in to watch. Duh, you talking about the people again. You saying that the people ain't gonna tune in to watch because he boring. He ain't worth 100 million. You telling us? I don't know. Last time I'm landing my plane, let y'all cook. If that's the case, then you telling us that we not willing to pay. That means we are the money. We are the importance then, But go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and cook.
I want to step on King Judah because he's been waiting patiently. I just want to accentuate what you said with respect to if you're the championship Knicks, you're already a brand. You don't have to be built up. In boxing, when a guy like Abdullah Mason is coming up, we need Blue, we need Champ Side. Tell us who he is. And then Top Rank can take him to Ohio and we can continue to build him up. But that always goes back to what Blue was saying, the people. Hopefully the people will come out in droves for Abdullah Mason and he can continue to build his name. But that name won't float in between fights without the boxing media. Very, very important. King Judah, over to you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be real quick, man. I'm in here trying to clean, bro. But I wanted to get back to the topic at hand more so, about the Tank Davis situation. Because you asked, I think you asked right before.
I want you to cook on that.
Yeah. So me personally, this is what I believe. I believe that Tank Davis, we know that it's no secret that in this past couple of months, Tank Davis had a lot of legal issues back to back. Right. And I know this dude have money, but I do know another thing from Floyd Mayweather. When these legal troubles come up, regardless of how much money these fighters have, they like to make another bag to cover those fees. You see what I'm saying? It's just only logical. If there's money on the table and I need money, a lot of times they take big fights to make that money, right? So I think what's happening is, and I had a conversation with a homie of mine, and he doesn't agree with me because I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. But I told him when I heard that Tank Davis was called Devin out, I think that he's doing this because he's coming off a layoff. Let's be honest about this. He's coming off a layoff. He didn't look great in his last fight either. And even though Kid Austin is not a world beater, right? Kid Austin is extremely fast and extremely powerful. And I said this right here. I think the layoff is the great equalizer. I think Tank Davis looked at Kid Austin as a risk. He won't get a huge bag. He's coming off a layoff. And like I said, I'm not saying that Kid Austin beats Tank. I'm just saying that Tank coming off a layoff, that could be an equalizer. I think that Kid Austin is a high risk, low reward for Tank at this very moment. I think that Devin Haney presents a huge bag. And if he is so happen to lose to Devin or look bad, that won't absolutely destroy his brand like losing or looking bad to Kid Austin after looking bad against Lamont Roach. I believe he's making a calculated decision. Devin provides the biggest bag. That's my opinion.
I'm 1,000% with you, King Judah. I think that he look at it, and that was my whole thing that I was trying to explain to Floyd Schofield Sr., right? Is that I wasn't hating on him getting the fight. I'm just saying it's for Tank Davis himself, it's not ideal, right? It's a Kid Austin is not nobody's walk in the park. You know what I'm saying? He's like I said, he's hungry. He gonna press you every second, every minute of every fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He wants it. You know what I mean? This is his. He don't have. Kid Austin doesn't have. And I said this right, and I meant it as no disrespect, but I said that he has the baby ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, and I'm explaining to P. I know y'all understand. Is a baby has no fear, right? That's why you have to watch babies, right? They'll jump in the ocean. They have no fear. They'll jump go in your pool in the backyard. That's why you got to put a gate up, right? Your baby will touch a hot stove. They have no fear. They have no understanding of consequences, of life-threatening consequences. And that's Kid Austin right now in the boxing ring. He doesn't have anything to protect. When I say that, I mean these dudes start to get all this money, and they what Marvin Hagler always say, it's extremely hard to wake up in your mansion, climb out your silk sheets out of your California king bed and go run 5 miles. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got something to lose. You know what I mean? It's like the Rocky movie. Remember that moment when he told his wife, I'm afraid. And she's like, you afraid of what? I'm afraid of losing what I got. He's no longer that guy in the beginning that didn't have nothing to lose. Kid Austin is the guy in the beginning that don't have nothing to lose. He don't know no better. He gonna press Tank, and if Tank knock him down, he probably gonna get up and keep pressing him. You know what I'm saying? If he don't knock it, he gonna have to knock him out cold. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, Judah, and it's the perfect storm. He's inactive. He got all these legal issues going on, and it's a high risk, low reward. You ain't gonna get the same bag.
And he beefing with the camp that made him what he is. A lot of people not looking at that. I'm not saying he can't mend their relationship, but like you said, it's the perfect storm. He's been on a layoff. And that's what I was telling. Like a lot of people think I'm saying that Kid Austin is so great, but I do know one thing. Tank could have. Let's say you coming off a layoff. It's a lot of easier fight than Kid Austin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is not an easy fight.
Right. Even right now, I would say Isaac Cruz is an easier fight because now he's starting to be shot. You know what I'm saying? He's taking punishment. He's getting out boxed. I watched that fight with Isaac Cruz. He don't got the same aggression no more than that Lamont Roach fight.
Yeah, he done been punched on a little bit. You know, Barroso punched on him. He took a few shots from Rolly. Yeah, he been in some wars. You know.
Yeah. El Rayo. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the you can see the wear and tear is starting to show on Isaac Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Like
And to think about it, why would Tank Davis now, after a layoff, finally get the courage to fight Devin? This is not just predicated on courage. This is a calculated decision.
Yeah, and you know another thing I look at it too, right, Judah? Now remember he been out the ring for a year. He been enjoying the fruits of his labor, living the life. Can he cut that weight to 135 again? It's easier right now. You look at Devin Haney, he ain't a big puncher, right? In your eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's a rivalry, it's a massive bag, like you said, King Judah. You're gonna get a massive bag, right? He's now we know Devin punching, but he gonna overlook him. You know what I'm saying? Like he already saying, I'm gonna show y'all he ain't him or who he really is, whatever, etc., right? But you know, he look at Devin Haney as being sweet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get this bag. It's gonna be at a catchweight. So guess what? I don't gotta be under. I don't care how much weight he showed. He showed that scale. What was he? 146 something? You know what I'm saying? Like so. You know, yeah, he ain't the biggest guy, but guess what? If I could fight at 144 with some sort of rehydration clause, I ain't got to cut more weight than I'm already at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to diet as much as he's that 10 pounds ain't gonna be easy.
Right. And I think Tank Davis, because I always look at how people, you know, because I'm the type of person, Blue, I like chess. You know what I'm saying? I look at sometimes in life, bro, you know this as a man, bro, sometimes life deals you a bad hand and you have to play that hand the best way you can.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that's what Tank is it. You know what I'm saying? So check this out too. You see Shakur is made himself, I ain't gonna say he got painted as a duck. He made himself to look like a duck in front of the whole world. And this is Tank Davis sees an opportunity. I can come back, fight Devin at a catchweight, you know, get a big bag. Even if I lose, I'm still the guy that was willing to fight Devin Haney when Shakur wasn't. You know what I mean? And he can also put a rematch in. If Tank Davis really feel like, you know what, I think I can get him, or let's say this, because I mean the layoff gonna play a part. You know what I'm saying? So let's say he lose, he can take that loss and blame it on the layoff and get a rematch.
Exactly. And
you know what I'm saying?
And at this stage, right? I don't know how much of it is him really caring about winning and losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think at this stage is he looking at to get as much bread. Remember, if he would have got that Jake Paul bag, we wouldn't even be talking about him no more.
Right.
So
he might have retired though, bro. He might have retired after the Jake Paul bag.
That's what I'm saying. So now he got to make it up. Who could he make it up with? The only person he can make it up with, realistically, is Devin is the highest, and people may disagree, but Devin is is going to be the biggest bag, and then it would be Shakur.
Yeah. I think, and this, you know, I'm a Devin Haney fan more than anything, right? But I do think the styles between the two. This is my personal opinion. I don't think Tank can beat either one of those guys, right? But I do think with Shakur being so careful, so technical, and so sharp in the way Tank likes to fight, how frustrated he gets, I think Shakur embarrasses Tank more than Devin. Tank has more opportunities with Devin than he does with Shakur. But the difference is the way Devin would beat Tank would be more brutal. Tank gonna take more punishment fighting Devin.
Right. Devin gonna take more chances. Where especially if he feel and remember too, Tank is not a high volume fighter. That plays right into Devin's hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It plays right into his hands because he's not a high volume fighter. So and then Devin arm reach, and the history is going I think is gonna make Tank make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna wanna at times try to. It's like, you know, like he got frustrated with Lamont Roach. You know what I'm saying? Because of the history with the DMV, you know what I'm saying, that whole DC Baltimore situation, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the situation with him and Devin. It's not so much him and Shakur as deep. It's a history there, but not like we seen the sparring session, you know what I'm saying? Like it got millions and millions of views, you know what I mean? Like we know their history. So and Bill is the ultimate promoter. So therefore, you know, I think that Devin gonna take more chances. Devin is taller and more rangy than Shakur, so he can hit Tank in spurts where Shakur can't, right? Where Shakur gotta kind of let Tank be the aggressor to capitalize, right? Where
Right.
Devin can initiate the offense regardless of what Tank is doing, right? Because he got longer arms and he's taller, right? So he could jab him to the body, you know what I'm saying, throw the straight right, you know what I mean? And he could tie him up, you know, he could just do things that is just I think that Devin can ooh and ah the people more than Shakur, but Shakur, like you said, can embarrass him. I think Shakur can win cleaner.
Yeah, it's gonna be lopsided. Yeah, it's gonna be lopsided with Shakur.
Yeah.
It's gonna be extremely lopsided.
Yeah, I think Shakur wins so much cleaner, like where it's like Tio, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, this is not even competitive. You know what I mean? But where Devin will take more chances, it'll be more wrestling, you know what I mean, on the as far as tangling up on the inside. Just things where Tank might land this point. Devin is going to take a chance, you know what I mean? Where Shakur is not going to take any chances. Any chances.
Right. Now the worst thing that can happen for Tank is if Bill Haney come up with a game plan where Devin doesn't take a chance. You know, Devin follows the game plan to a T. So he have to hope that Bill Haney allows him to, because if Devin come in with the game plan that he won't take a chance, then it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a long night for him too. But the difference is, you know, I see Devin, the mistakes that Tank would make, you know, against both of them, Devin is gonna punish those mistakes. Shakur don't punish mistakes. Yeah, you know, Shakur, if Devin got an opportunity, he'll punish it.
Right. Devin is gonna just I think Devin will ooh and hours like woo, you know what I'm saying? Like where Shakur is just gonna be like, damn, you know what I mean? Like bump, 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 you know what I mean? Like sharp, you know what I mean? And you know, again, like people don't understand, and we're not saying that Tank don't have no chance because he's a very good fighter. But styles make fights. You know what I mean? You've been around the sport enough, like we have. You know, you can see we've seen this movie before. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen this movie before. We understand, like, okay, when you're dealing with a Devin and a Shakur, they eliminate your power unless they make a massive mistake, right? Like Devin was getting overly aggressive with Ryan, right? And getting caught with the left hook. But when you watch the fight, you rewatch the fight, you see how Devin was just outboxing him. He don't make those slight mistakes. And Ryan is a lot taller than Tank and longer arms than Tank. You know, it's a different type of distance, you know what I'm saying, that Devin had to judge. In the situation with Tank, he got like a 5-inch arm reach advantage, bro. He's like 4 inches taller. So and obviously Tank got that massive left hand, and then people gonna, hey man, he couldn't get away from Ryan. Tank ain't as fast as Ryan. He's not as tall as Ryan.
Right.
And he don't throw his left
hook.
That's the
biggest difference.
Right.
The biggest difference is the length and the height. That's something you see. Devin, you know, Devin can fight Tank, and you know he can swim without getting wet per se, just because of his dimensions. You know, with Ryan, it wasn't a lot of places for Devin to go. Devin had to be sharp 100% of the time not to get hit by Ryan.
Exactly. And the thing is, Ryan is not calculated with his left hook. He just let it go. He just let it go. Like the battle rapper said about on J.R. Smith. I let it go as soon as I get in the game, like I'm J.R. Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's Ryan Garcia. He just let his left hand go. He just gonna let it go. It don't matter what situation. That's why he got knocked out by Tank. Remember, Judy? Yeah. He threw 3 straight left hooks, the same left hook in a row.
Right.
And Tank just was like, bro, you can't be serious. You're gonna throw the same left hook 3 times in a row? And he just slipped underneath it and dropped him. Remember when he dropped him the first time.
Right. Hey, so can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question real quick? So just tell me, how confident, like on a scale of 1 to 10, that you think this fight gonna happen?
4.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too. I don't know, you know, because Tank, this could be just Tank, you know, getting his name out there. You know, he might actually fight Kid Austin, but he want to start promotions early.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the thing that gave me pause for pause was when he immediately said, "Oh, he want to be 165. I'm your father. You gotta do what I like, bro." And the thing is, like we know, right, Judah, Devin will concede just
Right.
to make the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope that he don't concede to unrealistic situations to put himself at a disadvantage. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if
Right.
Tank and then you know, the thing about this too is the PBC offers X, Y, and Z amount of money, and then let's say Turkey jumps in, and Turkey is like, because Bill is a businessman, right? So Bill is going to find out which avenue what's available as possible, right? So if Turkey is saying, "Hey, I'm guaranteeing you this money," and Tank and PBC don't want to, like, if you Bill Haney and Devin Haney, how could you leave something? You dig what I'm saying? Like, let's say Turkey say, "Hey, I'll give y'all," I'm hypothetically speaking, y'all. I'm not saying this is, I'm just saying Turkey say, "I'll give y'all 50 million apiece." But the PBC is saying, "Hey, we doing this based off of the pay-per-view sales." If you Devin and Bill, like, bro, he can give us 50 million apiece.
Right.
Tank ain't gonna.
I can see that.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and again, I'm hypothetically speaking, right? I don't know if Tank is gonna have the mindset to say, "All right, let's go with Turkey." Like he did. He was okay with doing it with Netflix and Jake Paul because he don't know them, right? But he got an issue with Turkey, and he take things personal. So is he gonna say, "I ain't rocking with Turkey"? You know what I'm saying? And then if you Bill and Devin, you know this is on the table, and you take some homie deal, like those things just give me cause for pause. Like the whole weight situation, like the fact of the matter is, the last 2 years, Devin has fought above 140 pounds. So now you're gonna go into this fight at what weight? Let's say it's the I'm speculating because I didn't even reach out. I just wanted to do this as a fan and just entertainment. I'm excited. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I don't want it to be a damper. I want it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the situation and I'm like, all right, it got to be 144, right? You got to be looking at the same deal that Shakur's offering, right? And I mean, yeah, that Devin is willing to fight Shakur at 144. Okay, and what's going to be the rehydration? Because clearly, right, Judah, he's telling us it's going to be a rehydration because he said the next thing he said to Devin was, "You want to come in at 165." So clearly, it's got to be a rehydration, right? So those things are like alarming to me. You know what I mean? And the thing is, is Devin looking at it like, if I don't concede, this opportunity may never happen with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this don't happen now, I don't see it ever happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if Devin fights at, let's say this fight don't happen and Devin don't fight Shakur either, and then Devin fights Keyshawn at 147, right? Now you 3 fights removed from fighting at above 140. I just can't see physically, and you're getting older now. Physically, you going, because Tank ain't never gonna fight. I would be blown away if Tank agrees to fight Devin at 147. Like, I don't ever see that happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So therefore, if this is the opportunity where right now Devin can say, "All right, I can still do 144," right? His body, if he fights, this is what I was saying before, right, about the Shakur situation. If he fights Keyshawn at 147, he beats Keyshawn. I don't see a scenario in which Devin agrees to fight at 44 again. Like, his body, I just don't think his body would allow it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't see it without having serious consequences. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, I was just saying that I'm of the mindset, as a Haney fan, when I talked to Bill, I told him the same thing. I'm more so, I like to see Devin chase legacy, but I'm not stupid, bro. I know that a fight with Tank Davis does big for his legacy, and it also, is big as far as monetary, right? And I get it. I actually think beating Tank Davis put Devin right where he wants to be. You see everybody in boxing says his name, but nobody wants to make a fight with him. I think Devin fights Tank Davis, especially if he wins, fights Tank Davis and beats Tank Davis. The being able to duck Devin blatantly, that goes out the window because you're gonna have a lot to explain about. That would make Devin the new money man. Not only would he be seen as one of the best fighters in boxing, or at least he would finally be seen the way we see him. The world would see him the way we see him if he beat Tank, right? And he would then probably,
Judah, Bill just tweeted. He told Tank, "Yeah, this would be your biggest payday as well." And then he said, "Do as we agree. It sounds fair." So they advancing.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say too, Blue. This will put Devin. This is a strategic move for Devin also, because like I say, beating Tank puts him in the driver's seat that he wants to be in. Because there's no more when he tries to unify or make the fights he wants, people can just write him off for because at that point, like I said, he'll be seen as one of the top fighters in boxing, and he would probably be the new money man, right? He would have that on his side. But also, I want to tell you something before I pass it, bro. Something I noticed. If you go back when we first started hearing the rumors that Devin was going to Zuffa, and then Bill made that announcement, he said, "Yeah, the type of money we talking about, Shakur not going to be able to turn down, Tank not going to be able to turn down, and Ryan not going to be able to turn down." He said something to the effect of that. And at the time, I'm confused. I'm like, why is Bill still talking about Tank Davis? This tells me that this is not their first time talking to Tank.
Right. And Tank just told Kid Austin. Kid Austin said, "I don't think Gervonta want any smoke." And Tank told him, "You at the bottom of the barrel. Work harder. Push."
Right. And Tank don't like to give out paydays to people he really think don't deserve it, especially sad to say people that look like him. But again, I think Kid Austin, in my opinion, is a high risk, low reward situation for Tank, because most people don't believe it. But I think that layoff is a great equalizer when you're going against somebody, because you named a lot of stuff. Kid Austin is aggressive. He hungry right now. This dude is a fighter by nature. You can tell his mentality. But also, Blue, he has the type of real power that can hurt you. You cannot escape the fact that if he hits you, he can hurt you.
Yeah. And Tank announced that Jose Benavidez will be training him for his comeback fight in the fall. So he looking to fight Devin in the fall.
Oh, he must plan to let his hands go.
Yeah, and then he said, somebody said he been working with him for weeks. They've been working together, and it's the right fit.
Oh yeah. Did you ever hear that statement Tank made a while back? I don't know if he was talking about Devin or Shakur or both of them. He was saying, "What they gonna do when I come for them? When I really come for them?" You know what I'm saying? So training with David Benavidez, I'm really expecting him to see him let his hands go if he's training with them.
Right. That's wow, man. Salute to my brother Derek Yemiez, brother in the super chat, dropping that $100 on your boy Blue. He said, "Blue, you ain't been live in a minute, but I'm glad to see it." And Devin is the only one that's ready to fight any of these guys with or without stipulation. That's a fact. And that's the thing, right? Derek, I don't get, I don't understand how people because they're not fans of the sport of boxing. So I understand. But just being a fan of the sport of boxing, how could you not respect that? That's what it's all about. Salute to Big Hearn, brother in the super chat. He said, "Who cracked more, Tank or Norman Jr.?" Devin threw him. I think Tank and Brian Norman probably hit about the same.
Right.
Because Brian Norman is doing that to dudes that's if they fighting at 147, they coming in at 160, 165 easy. So he doing that to middleweights, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take that into consideration, where Tank is doing that to guys that are coming up in weight as well. So, and Brian Norman got some highlight reel knockouts just like Tank Davis. So I think they probably crack about the same. And they had those famous sparring sessions where Brian Norman put it on him, man. And I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Big Herm back in the super chat. He said Ryan also had cracked rib versus Tank like Errol and Bud. Yeah, he did. And and he was weight drained. Remember, Ryan was 2 years. People don't remember this. Ryan was 2 years and 2 fights removed from fighting at 135. He ain't fought that weight for 2 years, and he had 2 fights above 135.
Right.
He hadn't fought in that weight. So people forget that Ryan, it was a catch weight. What was it, 138? Right? But Ryan is not disciplined in between fights. That's something else that has to be taken into consideration. He's not a disciplined person in between fights. So him moving up and not being a disciplined person in between fights, that's a big deal for him to come back down because he don't do his body justice. He's not somebody that takes care of his body in between fights. If you Shakur Stevenson to move up to 140 and come back to 35, it's acceptable because we know Shakur takes care of his body in between fights. Devin
another thing, Blue, that kind of make me worried about Devin. I hope he don't, I hope his courage, it's not his downfall, because look at Tank, bro. In the 2 fights I seen where I think Tank was most kind of nervous, he was going against somebody who probably had something for him that he never seen before, right? Compared to the majority of his opponents, was Frank Martin and Ryan Garcia. And he drained both of them. He was even laughing at he laughed at both of them. He teased both of them. He told Frank Martin, I see your ass, look at your ass. And he told Ryan Garcia, he was just clowning him about he couldn't eat what he wanted. So this tells me, bro, Tank Davis and his team really understands, like, when they putting somebody at a disadvantage. I really believe that this is something he has really he's mastered the art of. Once he can get you to concede to a certain weight, I think you're in trouble.
Yeah, he feel more confident.
Yeah,
right? That he could. It's like it goes back to what Champside asked Andre Ward, remember? And Andre Ward said, if you balloon up in weight, it's the same thing in reverse, right? If you balloon up in weight, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get all that about you. You know what I'm saying? If you dehydrated yourself, I'm gonna make you pay for that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. How we say it? What's the saying? As so above is so below. You know what I'm saying? If you dehydrate, I'm gonna highlight it, right? I'm gonna expose it. And like Andre Ward said, yeah, you can balloon. I don't care how big you get. That means you added too much, and I'm gonna go to your body and get that all about you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Or if you dehydrated, or I'm gonna make you work, because you ain't gonna have no. It don't matter how much you try to rehydrate overnight. It's gonna be a problem. It's still a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna play a part one way or another. So I'm gonna make you pay. And Tank knows that. He presses the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's more aggressive. Right. We see when he, like you said, when he fought Lamont and he fought Ryan, he was way more aggressive in those fights. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew eventually my punches is gonna take a toll on you. You're gonna start slowing down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you ain't got the energy. You know what I mean? And you ain't gonna be able to absorb my punches. For that's it, Lamont Roach. I meant Frank Martin. You ain't gonna be able to absorb my punches over 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. Right. Remember when he fought Rolly and there was no rehydrate? He was fighting on the back foot. He was fighting timid because Rolly got that power. And Rolly was healthy. You know what I'm saying? Rolly just made the mistake, but Tank was not aggressive in that fight at all. He was actually, like you said, he was timid in that fight. I rewatched that fight 2 days ago, right? He was grabbing, he was trying to get away from Rolly as much as possible. He was ducking underneath Ryan because he kept saying Ryan ain't gonna hit me with that left hook. So he was trying to get away from the left hook, but he wasn't as concerned about it. You know what I'm saying? But and the same thing with Frank Martin, like he knew like eventually you're gonna fade because they dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? And and that's the thing with Dev. The difference with Dev and Ryan and the Dev and Frank Martin is and again, this is no slight to them. Devin has a better team. You know what I'm saying? Devin is gonna be he's not gonna allow him to give him a short period of time to cut the weight. Devin is gonna start right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna start working on that right now. It's the same thing with Shakur. Once Devin agreed to that 144 because Devin went to his team and said, "Could I comfortably do this?" You know what I'm saying? Like Devin is extremely smart. So he went to his teams, yo, what you think? You know what I'm saying? It's just, remember Judah, he did that interview and he said he talked to his team and he was like, after the Brian Norman fight, he felt good, but they was like, you're gonna feel even better your second fight.
Yep.
Because we gonna, you know what I'm saying, your nutrition is gonna be even better for your second fight. So Devin uses his team. So he's gonna go to his team and be like, all right, doing this fight at 144 with Shakur, when do we gotta start? Right? And Devin is in the gym right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he understands, like, I gotta be in and around that weight to comfortably make it so I can rehydrate properly. So he uses his team. He has a better team. So I'm confident that I don't like the rehydration because he's still growing. You know what I'm saying? And he's naturally bigger. That rehydration is you still telling your body no. You know what I'm saying? And your body is like, bro, people don't understand what rehydration means. Rehydration ultimately, down to the root, it means that your body is trying to protect your brain.
Right.
Your body.
That's what scares me.
Yeah, your body is going to protect your brain by any means necessary. It will protect your brain. That's what dehydrate down to the root. It's going to protect your brain. Your brain doesn't have enough fluid. And therefore we can't function. That's what your organs and your brain, we can't function properly. So guess what? We got to put as much fluid around the brain as possible to protect the brain and the heart. Your body is going to ultimately protect the heart and the brain regardless, and everything else will suffer. That's why if you go to the body, to the kidneys and stuff like that, those body parts will suffer because ultimately your body is trying to take all the fluid it can to protect the heart and the brain. That's what people don't understand. Dr. C, back in the super chat. Salute. Dropping that dub on your boy Blue, and he's on the panel. He said, make sure we hit the like button. Salute, family. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you, family. Dewan back in the super chat. He said, what happened to Ellaby? He just disappeared. Yeah, man. That whole situation, I heard a lot. Freedom March, what's up, family? Kendrell, what up, family? I heard that heard some things happen between Floyd and Leonard Ellaby. Apparently, allegedly, he I don't even know if I should say it, but they had legal issues, and that's why Leonard Ellaby just stepped off. But Leonard Ellaby also does women basketball now, so he's in the women basketball. So, but yeah, man, I truly hope that I want the fight to happen, and I want Devin to be. I know he's gonna have to sacrifice. We all know that, right? That he's gonna. I think with the three of us can agree he's gonna have to sacrifice to make this fight happen, physically, right? I just hope that it's not too far. You know what I'm saying? It's just not too much where it's just not realistic for him to be his best in the ring, man. That's
I have a couple of counterpoints for you all. I didn't mean to cut you off, Blue. I have a couple of counterpoints I love you all to consider.
Go ahead, great brother.
All right, so dealing with both Shakur and Devin. So Shakur, let me tell you what my fear is with Shakur, as much as a fan that I am. Shakur doesn't like to be hit. We saw him against Nakatilia. After the fight, he basically said he hit too hard, and I didn't like it. That's what he said on TV on ESPN. The second time we saw that was against De Los Santos. Granted, he had that left hand issue, but it just left a bad taste, and he was able to get rid of that taste with the Tio fight. I'm afraid because him and Tank know each other very well, sparred before. I'm afraid if he gets hit, is he going to actually show us dog? Because the two opportunities that he had to show us dog, he didn't do it. Even though I think he's the most skilled fighter that we have, but I still don't put him over Inoue because I believe that Inoue is one to get in there, get hit, get knocked down, and get up. As for Devin, here's what I think. I agree with you all. I believe that Tank is a little inferior to them, basically because of his physical attributes. But when King Judah said he's training with Jose Benavidez Sr., well, that tells us a couple of things. he will be in great shape, and he will be on the offense. We already know he's an outstanding counterpuncher. Blue, you made reference to how he was fighting Ryan Garcia. He wasn't throwing a whole lot of punches. In the second round, he ducked and caught him. Right? Then Ryan went kind of dormant for a couple of rounds, and then Ryan got too aggressive again, and he found himself getting knocked out. Tank is an outstanding counterpuncher. How'd he knock out Rolly? On the against the ropes, ducking, Manny Pacquiao style. So I'm a little not afraid. I'm a little intrigued by the fact that he can catch both Devin and Shakur, because see, Devin didn't beat Lomachenko because of his jab and his attributes. He's significantly bigger than Lomachenko. Lomachenko's a legend. That jab didn't matter. It was the counter punching to the body. And then when Lomachenko began to take over the fight, it was his father saying, "Son, we have to win this 12th round." And then that dog that we didn't know Devin had until then. And then Devin showed us dog again, getting himself off the canvas 3 times. So we know Devin has dog. I think that fight will be outstanding. And I believe that Jose Benavidez Sr., as we know, was training his son, Jose Jr., when he fought Bud. And how many times, as we knew, Bud could not stand him, but they gained a lot of mutual respect after the fact. And Bud consistently says he was one of his most difficult fights. And we know how close Bud was to getting buzzed in the 12th round when he threw that uppercut and just avoided Jose Benavidez Jr.'s uppercut with his eyes closed. So there are a lot of things to consider. I just think I agree with you all. I think that the boxers should win. But I'm looking at 51-49 on both ends. But I believe Devin Haney, I would pick Devin Haney. I'm a little iffy on Shakur only because of the fact I have seen moments where he needed to pull some dog out of him, and he didn't. He just does what Tank said. He wasn't showing great defense. He was just getting out of the way. He was just moving backwards. And that's why when him and De Los Santos fought, it was one of the worst fights, according to CompuBox, in history of CompuBox. So that does, but since we're talking about Devin and Tank, I think it's a great fight. And I agree with you all. We already know whatever Devin has to do to get there and make the fight, he'll get there and make the fight. And he'll show up and he will be ready. We recall when he showed up looking like a bronze statue the last time he weighed in at 35, and it didn't matter when the fight came. He was in great shape. He rehydrated properly, and he fought 12 hard rounds against the legend Lomachenko. So I just want to consider those things too.
Yeah. So the difference is that Lomachenko don't make the mistakes, right? Lomachenko has, and I understand what you're saying, right? Him getting with Jose Benavidez Sr., his work rate will go up, right?
Yep. Right.
But naturally, that's not who he is. So even if his work rate does go up with Jose Benavidez Sr., that's naturally not who he is. He don't fight like that remember, he's 31 going on 32, right? So right. He's had now 31 fights in his career. He typically doesn't fight at that pace. Him fighting at that pace and being offensive minded against guys that, like you said, you mentioned Rolly and Ryan. Rolly and Ryan Devin and Shakur are not going to make the mistakes Rolly and Ryan made, right? Their IQ is way higher. Like I said, with Ryan, he threw 3 left hooks, the same left hook in a row against Tank. Tank IQ is too high for that. You know what I'm saying? You to throw that's Street Fighter stuff. To throw 3 left hooks in a row, the same punch, and you ain't coming close to landing it, and you still throwing it, because like I said, Ryan unconsciously throws the left hook. Right? He unconsciously. Right. Remember, people say he closes his eyes and throw it. He unconsciously throws that left hook. Right?
Crazy fast too.
Right. Rolly is unorthodox and has no understanding of judging distance, until that's why everybody was so surprised how he beat Ryan, because he was controlling the pace and the distance of the fight, and that's just simply not who he is, what we've seen, right? So therefore, and then the moment, you got to factor in the moment. They haven't been in fights that big. Tank was accustomed to that, right? So
for sure.
Yeah, so when you factor those things in, that Tank is accustomed to fighting in those moments. So you factor all those things in. Devin is not going to make that mistake. Shakur's not going to make those mistakes. Lomachenko is more of a tactician, and he's more strategic than Tank Davis is. Remember, Loma didn't throw double-digit punches until the 8th round against Devin and Tio.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't throw double-digit punches, so he was just trying to calculate and compute the information, and then he turned it on in 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th round. But he did the same thing again. He can't keep up that pace, and Loma faded again in the 12th round against Devin and against Tio. You know what I'm saying? And they both outclassed him in those 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So, but Loma is a very, very Loma's footwork is better than Tank's. Loma defense is better than Tank's. You know what I mean? Loma is a different type of fighter. Tank. So if you put Tank and he tries to fight like David Benavidez with that high work rate and his conditioning not being the best, right? Then him doing that against Shakur and Devin is just gonna play right into what me and Judah was just saying. They're gonna look because he's gonna start to fatigue. There's no way he's gonna keep that pace up for all those rounds, right?
And interject, Blue, if you don't mind. The work rate I'm talking about will be akin to what he was doing against Frank Martin. That level of work rate, nothing outside of what he can do.
Right.
And here's the other thing for you to consider before I toss it right back to you. And I see we got a new brother to join the chat. Yes, remember how I know you remember this? Super Judah. He's in there fighting with Floyd, and we had not. I don't recall. I don't think, other than the drunken master, I don't think we ever seen Floyd in there with somebody who was as fast, but Judah was faster. What did Floyd do? Remember, he got knocked down in the second round. Richard still didn't call it when his right glove touched the canvas as he backed up into the ropes. He said, I got to go into the high guard, and I went straight to him. And he warmed out mentally, right? If we believe that Tank, and again, I'm not saying that Tank will win. I am just not willing to think that Tank won't show us some different levels. Now, Blue, unfortunately, he didn't show us different levels against Lamont Roach. And that's tough because we know Devin's going to show levels for 12 rounds. I just want you to consider that point too as well. I'm talking just to the level of Frank Martin. Over to you.
And I get it. But you got to also factor in that Tank is shorter than Loma.
He sure is, yeah.
Yeah, he's shorter than Loma. So guess what? He's gonna have to work harder. Tank is the reason I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because he's gonna have to work harder to close the distance. Right? So if he comes in with an aggressive mindset and they're not coming forward, he's gonna have to work extremely hard to come forward and close the distance on Shakur and Devin. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're very good counterpunchers. So he's going to be exerting energy that he's not accustomed to exerting. And especially, this is going to be his first fight with Jose Benavidez. He's not even accustomed and hasn't had a fighting at this pace in this style. And your first fight is going to be... Go ahead, Judah.
Oh, I want to piggyback off what you were saying because I wanted to talk specifically to what the brother said. He was saying that at the same work rate he put against Frank Martin, right? And I get where you're coming from. That was a good level of activity from Tank Davis. The difference would be when you said it yourself, when you watch Frank Martin, it was the fear that made Frank Martin indecisive. That's how he got caught because he was doing great. He was doing great until he got intimidated, right? And that caused him to be indecisive. Two differences when he's fighting Devin or Shakur. The first thing is his intimidation. Of course, he intimidated, but he would never scare them enough to be indecisive. They know exactly what they want to do, no matter what he's doing, right? So first of all, he wouldn't strike fear in them that early to make them indecisive. I mean, so whatever round he got Frank Martin out of there, you got to imagine that if he does get them out of there, it's going to be later, and he might actually gas before he lands that punch. You see what I'm saying? Based on
the information, though. We do know that Dev's a dog, but based on the information I said about Shakur, we've seen Shakur back down against power. When Tank touches him, because he will touch him, not saying he'll hit him flush, because Canelo touched Bud, but he couldn't hit him flush. Do you think that Shakur will show us something different than what he showed us in the past?
I don't think it's going to be different, but this is what I'm saying, right? I get where you're coming from. I don't know if it's going to be different because I'm not going to lie. Shakur has always fought the same in every fight throughout his career, so I don't know if we see something different. What I'm saying is he is so high level and so confident in who he is. You know what I'm saying? That Tank will never put so much fear in Shakur that he's indecisive. Even if he decides to run, he's going to be very efficient at running. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Another thing, right, Judah, too, that you got to take into consideration, right? if Shakur and Devin are up on the cards and outboxing him, and it gets late middle of the rounds, they're gonna take even less chances.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
So
yeah,
you're gonna have to
especially
work even harder.
somebody like. Oh my bad. Go ahead, bro. I ain't even cut you off.
No. You got. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, especially when I look at it, because I did say that Shakur would probably win more decisive, but I think with Devin's jab, see how you said if they jump out early, I actually think that it'll be Devin that'll take rounds like let's say, well, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about the old Tank, but if he does come in under Benavidez and he's extremely active early, I can see some swing rounds where the judges may give Tank some rounds over Devin, right?
Right.
But what I was getting at is that Tank Davis can't afford. I think he knows that too. He can't afford to play the same type of game he played with everybody else, where he starts slow. Like Devin and Shakur take the first half of the fight before you know it. You will blink and they'll have the half of the fight on their side.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that fight is over. Then that fight is over. Yep.
Yeah, and they're super up on the cards now, and it's like now you got to get desperate. But go ahead.
And I don't
Pop
think.
Shot.
Oh my bad. Go ahead.
No problem.
What's good, Blue? And what's good to the panel?
What's good, my guy?
Yeah. My thoughts, man, is Tank was so ready to jump up and fight Jake Paul at 154 and all that. I just think he shouldn't concede any weight. I think he got the momentum. He brought Tank out of hiding, so much so that he don't want Devin to have the spotlight. I think he got the upper hand. I don't feel like he needs to concede to anything. It's 147 or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he needs to drop down. He came into his last fight 146. So I think he can still do the 147. If he go ahead and get the fight over with Keyshawn, keep the belt, he keep the spotlight, because that's what's killing Tank. The fact that Devin getting all this attention is killing Tank. I wouldn't concede one thing to him. Keep all your advantages. I mean, Tank he's got a certain amount of star power that's not going to leave. So the draw with the fans is going to want to see. The more and more that they talk about it, is going to build up. I don't know what Shakur going to do. I mean, he can basically come up to 147 right now. So the fact that he's just hanging around, because if Devin beats Keyshawn, there's no reason why that Shakur shouldn't want to come up, because it's going to be there for them to fight for the title, because he's going to automatically bump up to be number one after Devin beats. Because I feel like Devin going to beat Keyshawn, because I don't think he got enough. He has enough talent, right now. You know what I'm saying? Enough skill. That's not talent, but skill. So I feel like he should go ahead, stick to the 147, let them boys come up, and everybody's on the same playing field. Because, like you said, if he leaves out of 147, the fight with Tank won't happen. 147, I think they can do it and be competitive, and nobody has to move. They just need to stop being scary, come up, and everybody fight and see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree, man. But Tank sees the opportunity, because he look at Jake Paul as an entertainer and not a fighter. You know what I mean? Same way Shakur just told us, hey, Conor Ben ain't got no skills. That's just a bag. Yeah, he just told us, right? It's a cherry pick. He just simply said that's a cherry pick. I'm cherry picking. Devin ain't no cherry pick. You know what I'm saying? That and again, that's a testament to Devin Haney, right? That's a salute to Devin Haney, right? And he ain't no cherry pick, bro. So I ain't gonna play that game with him. I'll do that with Conor Ben. That dude he ain't got nothing for me. You know what I mean? He flat out talk, but because people have so much disdain for Devin Haney, that just gets overlooked. Mm-hmm. Imagine if Devin Haney say that. Imagine if Devin Haney say, I'll go to 140 and fight, Raymond Muratalla, but I ain't going there to fight Shakur. People would be like, bro, you were straight up. You just told us you cherry picking, but it'll get a pass. You know what I'm saying? Because people have disdain for Devin Haney. It's diabolical. But Hurricane, what's up, family?
What's good, Blue?
Ain't nothing, my great brother Kendrell.
Was good with it, man. You know, I'm gonna put my 2 cents in, and
sure.
I feel like you, Judah. You know, see, everybody have a great point, and it goes back to the original state of boxing. If you cannot take away the jab from the bigger opponent, you do not outbox them for 7 rounds, and there's no way an HE double hockey stick, because we on Blue Blood channel, he outboxes Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson, and there's no way in HE double hockey stick he takes away their jab for 7 rounds. So there's no way he beats them. Now everybody say, well, he'll knock him out. He has to close the distance. Like I said, you brothers was making great points. There's no way he can close the distance if he doesn't take away the jab. So if you don't take away the jab, you can't close the distance. How do you beat them and knock them out in the 12-round fight? How do you win 7 rounds? So it all makes sense what everybody is saying, and it all goes back to the state of boxing. If you can't take away the jab from the bigger opponent, you do not win. I wanted to be in Gary Antoine corner so bad when he fought a Pelu, so I can give him that knowledge and let him know the only way we beat this guy tonight is if we take away the jab and then close the distance. He tried to close the distance before taking away the jab, and he did not win 7 rounds. Going back to the original state of boxing. So again, you, Judah, see everybody that's been spitting, you talking facts. And I don't see Tank doing that night against Devin or that night against Shakur. When it comes down to Devin and Shakur, in my opinion, I got Shakur because I don't really feel like Devin Haney's footwork is better than Shakur Stevenson's in the 7 rounds. And that leads back to closing the distance and the jab. Devin Haney looks great and has power at 147. But Shakur's still going to be the lighter guy on his feet and has better defensive skills. So that means his counterpunching ability will be better. Devin is going to lead with his jab because he's going to try to handicap Shakur's jab and take away his best attribute to keep you at bay. And it's not going to be that easy for Devin, and he's going to find that out. He's going to find that out that night. But it all has to play out, and that's my opinion.
And Kendra, that's why I say that is, I don't know if people outside of us are ready for that fight because that's going to be the ultimate chess match. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the chess and you sitting there watching chess, it's boring to you. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, bro, what are you doing? You sitting there thinking too much. You know what I'm saying? You sitting
just
there
make it happen.
Exactly. And like you said, that fight is going to be the ultimate chess fight.
Right. That's the biggest fight in boxing.
It's the biggest fight for us, right? Because we're going to be interested. We're going to be engaged with watching the chess match, right? Like,
the exchange, the skills, the jab, the footwork.
Exactly.
Again, I gave you my opinion. I'm not trying to tell you to believe my opinion, but we're looking at the whole state of boxing when we watching Shakur versus Devin. When we're watching Tank versus Shakur or Tank versus Devin, we getting one of each. The power versus the boxing skills. We all love that because that creates entertainment. But who can sit there and watch a baseball game, to use your example, like you saying chess? But if you're out there playing baseball out there in that field, or you hitting or pitching or back catching, then it's a different feeling than sitting in the stands or sitting at home watching a 9-inning game. But when you're actually out there and you seeing it happen, you might, this boring, but you're getting the technical side, what you have been asking for and what you've been wanting. And guess what? Both of these guys has the ability to switch it up and give you an entertaining fight because their boxing skills are that elite. And that's why he can say something like that to Conor Ben or to Ryan Garcia or something like that. Because again, it takes a technical fighter to be the technical fighter. It don't always take power, especially when that IQ is on a different level. And I have to give that to Dale and Shakur Stevenson. And again, that's my opinion on why I feel like that's the biggest fight in boxing because of those attributes those two gentlemen bring to the table.
Exactly.
Mhm.
We got Rock Nation and what's your name? Deshoom. Y'all say we haters. Okay, the link is right there.
Hey, Blue,
You know,
if I need to get out of the way, so I don't have to be a hater, so
Oh no
they
no
can
no
cook.
no.
Please just let me know.
You perfectly fine. They ain't gonna click the link.
I look at it like if you compare it to football, like strength of schedule, and you look at Tank
Mm.
and you look at Shakur and Devin, strength of schedule, strength of opponents. Shakur, we still wonder, how he will perform under pressure, being pressured, if he takes a big lick, if he gets knocked down or if he gets dazed, how he's going to react. With Tank, we kind of got a glimpse of that when he fought Lamont. When he got under pressure, he got shook. He reacted weird. You know what I'm saying? We saw what happened with Devin. When Devin got knocked down with Ryan, he got up, kept getting up, even won rounds after he got up. So my thing is that I feel like this is why I put Devin above that, because I think he's been more battle tested and he's come back to show that, he has the true championship pedigree. Even when you watch their footwork, I think, Bill mentioned that, Devin used to play football, and even coming up as a kid, he always got in trouble, he always fought. So he has that, Ben had that dog mentality in him. You know what I mean? You usually take trouble kids like that and put them into something physical so they can, use that physicality and get it out. And I think Devin always had that, but it's more controlled, it's more professionalized, it's more refined. And we haven't seen that in Shakur or Tank, because Tank kind of he kind of puts his opponents in the situations that's comfortable for him. Dev takes them as they come. Shakur, he's kind of, you can say cherry pick, because who can we look at and say, well, that's going to be a tough fight for Shakur. And that's why I put Devin above that, and Bill should probably market him like that. And I say again, he shouldn't concede to that, because Shakur, even Shakur saying we should go to 144, and he put it out there, and it's a different scenario with Tank. Tank saying let's do it at 144. I think that Tank has more will and want to fight Devin versus Shakur. Shakur don't really want to fight. He kind of put it out there, and he really shied away from the whole situation once Dev said, okay, let's do it. I don't got, and I don't got Tank doing it. I think Tank would fight, but I prefer Dev just to say, look, if y'all want this fight, we're going at 147, and we're going to do it like that. And belts on the line. You know what I'm saying? These guys can do that.
Tank is confident that he can knock out any one of them. Shakur is not confident that he could beat Devin without what he thinks to believe to be even in the playing field.
But go back to what you just said, Blue. You said, and that's the only way Tank know he can beat them is with a knockout, because he know for 7 rounds he can't outbox neither one of them, so he will need a knockout. See, that's the difference, and that's what I wanted to ask the brother that was just talking. Now, when we look at
hold on, Kendra. Before you get into that, I want to get the brother Rock Nation, because he said we haters. He's here.
Okay,
go ahead, Rock Nation.
What up, Rock Nation? What up?
Yeah, I stand on that. Y'all haters, everybody that's speaking, talking about Devin this, Devin that.
Are you from Baltimore? You right from Baltimore?
Man, I'm not. I'm from New Orleans, bro. I'm from New Orleans, bro.
Okay. So you said we haters because what? What makes us haters?
I ain't say y'all haters. I say y'all being biased. If that's what y'all, that's the same thing, though.
Okay, but how we being biased? What's being biased? That's just my opinion. So I could say you being biased because you going with Tank, right?
Nah, I'm really, I ain't gonna say I'm going with Tank, but I ain't gonna say I feel like Tank will just lose off the strength of just, you know what I'm saying? He don't got to knock him out to beat him. Sometimes you could just take. I feel like Devin ain't got no heart. Once you take his heart from him, it's over with for him. He just gotta make him feel him. That's all. Once he feel him, it's gonna be a different fight.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
You don't think Ryan Garcia?
hold on, y'all.
He ain't felt
So show
Tank
me,
before.
so show me this, right? What fight did Tank win where he outboxed a high level opponent?
I ain't talking about nobody. I'm talking about Devin. Devin ain't
Okay,
like that.
who is there anybody on Tank's resume that's better than Devin Haney?
I ain't talking about Tank resume. I'm talking about Devin. Is
Bruh,
anybody?
you can't-
Is
we can't
anybody
have- we
on?
can't have- listen,
Exactly.
Is
great brother,
anybody
listen,
on
listen.
Devin resume that's Tank?
My great brother. If you don't understand the sport of boxing,
Exactly.
okay, you don't understand what we're talking about.
Is
here.
there
You just-
anybody on Devin Haney resume that's Tank?
You listen.
on
You gotta
Tank level?
listen. You gotta listen to what I'm saying instead of listening and argue. Listen to what I'm saying, right? And
I'm
understand
listening to
I'm
what you're saying, but you're not listening to what I'm saying because what you're doing is being biased. You could say the same thing for
I'm gonna
Tank.
ask you again.
Devin don't have nobody on his
I'm
resume.
gonna ask you. You just said Tank don't have to knock him out to win the fight. That's what you said, right?
It's a counter what you
Okay.
saying. You
So
saying the
when
only way he
I'm
can win
asking-
is by
okay.
knockout.
Okay, so I'm asking you, when in his 31 fights have you seen him win by boxing anybody?
And please don't say Pitbull Cruz.
Man, listen to me. When have he ever fought Devin?
Bro,
See what I'm talking about?
do you
That's why I
do
said I want to get
what,
into
do
that.
you understand
When
what
have
we're
he
talking
ever
about?
fought Devin? Not none of them other
Okay,
dudes.
so Devin is taller than everybody he's fought outside of Mario Barrios. Devin has a better jab and skill set than everybody he's fought outside of nobody. Okay,
All
Devin
right, hey,
has
look.
better footwork. Listen to what I'm saying, great brother.
All right.
He has
You just
better
want to say
footwork.
everything. You don't want to let nobody else talk. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to explain. I'm trying to explain to you our standpoint. It's not
Go
being
ahead.
biased. It's called styles make fights. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It's not being biased. It's not being
Okay.
biased. It's called styles make
Okay.
fights. It's
Okay.
just
Now
like
look.
listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you. The great brother Kendrell, right? You getting frustrated because again, you're the one being biased. You want us to cheer on Tank Davis because you cheer Tank Davis.
No, bro. Okay, you ready? You gonna
listen to it. Kendrell just explained to now. Kendrell just explained he thinks that Devin and Shakur can beat Tank. He gave an explanation of why outside of just knockouts. Then he explained why he thinks Shakur beats Devin. Right? That's not being biased. That's he's talking about styles and what he sees. It has nothing to do with biasness.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yo,
So what
let me
we're
say
saying
this.
is Tank has had 31 fights. You have never seen him outbox anybody
Never.
outside of the fight with Isaac Cruz. Everything is a knockout. So we saying if you don't knock out based off of his history, it has nothing to do with being biased towards him or not liking him. Based
Shit,
off
he
of
was
his
losing the road.
based off of
Yeah,
his
let me-
physical attributes, his limitations with his physical attributes, and his history. When you go up against a guy historically, when you watch the sport of boxing history, it tells you that typically this style beats this style.
I ain't get to talk yet.
Well, can I say this? Can I say this, y'all? So check this out. I'm gonna use an analogy.
Judah, let him talk. Let him talk real quick. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Bro, you ain't saying nothing but the same thing you been saying. So that man, so Tank just undefeated for nothing. He don't know how to box. That's what
He's
you
not
saying.
undefeated. He has a draw, and he
All
just
right,
got
so he
boxed by
undefeated with a
Lamont,
draw
bro.
for nothing. He Tank
Well, let
Davis
me
for
say
nothing.
this.
So he
Let
didn't
me
knock
say
out
this.
his.
And he's got a better boxer than
It's about-
Shakur Devin
it's
Haney.
about-
Hey, let me tell you
He's
something.
a
You
good
gotta know how to
boxer.
box to knock somebody out. You gotta
Absolutely.
know
Well,
how to
look,
box to
I
line
never said he
somebody up.
couldn't box.
We
You
didn't
We
gotta
never
say
know
said
how
he
to.
couldn't
You
box.
gotta know how to.
We
You
said
gotta
he's got a
have
better
footwork.
boxer than
You gotta
Shakur
have
Devin Haney.
IQ. All of
We
that.
didn't
All
say
of that's a
And
part
he
of
has to
boxing,
work
bro.
harder,
You're
like
not-
everybody been saying, because he's so little. So I don't understand
But
what
I'm
you're
trying
not
to give
saying.
y'all the analogy.
And that's
I'm gonna try
another
to give y'all
thing.
the
And that's
analogy
another.
that's gonna
Y'all ain't let
explain
me
it.
talk. I just sat there for 30 minutes and let you talk. Y'all ain't let me talk.
Go ahead,
You ain't let me talk, bro.
Go ahead.
And that's another thing. Y'all keep talking about Devin bigger. That's what he been leading on his whole career, being bigger than everybody.
Well,
That's
he's
what he been
definitely
leaning
bigger than
on.
Tank.
And that's what y'all leaning on with Tank. And that's not gonna go like that. He don't get to say so in that fight. Man, Tank the top dog, man. That man gonna have to come down. He gonna have to do a y'all know where I'm getting at.
What
Yeah,
makes
No, we
Tank the
don't.
top dog?
Yeah,
Don't
so
know what you getting there.
He gonna have to do the same. He gonna have to do the same thing Ryan did. He gonna have to.
And he's not going to get his fight then. He's not Ryan. That's what you're failing to realize.
Man, I'm saying no. Listen to me. No, listen to me. I'm saying he gonna have to do a
Devin
weight
ain't got
clause.
to take no
He
risk
gonna
like
have to
that.
do a weight clause, bro.
It don't matter.
But
He
we
can do
all-
a weight clause, but he's not going to drain himself. He's not going to do that to himself. If it's something that's going to hurt him, Blue just explained, he's going to sit down with his team, and his team going to tell him not to do it, and they're going to move on to something else. Because Devin Haney's been making millions of dollars since before time.
Man,
3
Devin,
million with
Devin
Aaron
Haney,
Burns
Devin,
fight.
Bill
5
Haney,
million
man,
this
look,
fight.
Bill
10 million
Haney know
versus
how to
Brown.
beat the system. Bill Haney know how to make his son a weight bully. That's all.
That
That's
ain't
all
got
they
nothing to
been
do with a
doing.
weight bully. He wouldn't have went up to
That's all they been doing, man.
147 if he was
And
a
look,
weight
and
bully.
look, and guess what? When he fights somebody his size, when he fights somebody his size like Ryan, he gets set down. Ryan put him on his ass. Y'all forgot about that, huh?
No, he just fought.
Y'all forgot about that, huh?
That's what I was just going to express to the last brother.
Rock Nation, did Ryan test positive for steroids?
He did.
Man, we not about to talk about that, man. At the end of the day, Ryan put him on his ass.
Rock Nation.
But
let me ask you a question.
Hey,
you talk about bias.
Steroids ain't have nothing to do with that hook, bro.
But did Tank say that
steroids ain't have nothing to do with that hook?
Rock Nation, did Tank say that Ryan was on steroids?
I don't care what Tank said, bro. I'm not. Look, that's the thing. I'm not biased like y'all, bro. I'm not just speaking on Tank behalf. I'm speaking on Shakur behalf.
Hey, Rock Nation,
y'all just being biased for
Hey, Rock Nation, did Blue not just tell you Styles made fights? Hey, Rock Nation, did Blue not just tell you Styles made fights?
Man, everybody and their mama knows Styles make fights, but at the same time, bro, y'all
that's the only thing we're telling you. That means that Devin Haney fought the wrong style against Ryan Garcia and got caught with a hook. That's what I was going to say.
So basically, you said Devin couldn't do nothing with Ryan then.
No, I said he can if he would have fought his fight instead of fighting Ryan's fight. He went toe to toe with Ryan. He didn't have to go toe to toe with Ryan.
Okay, so who's to say he gonna go in there and fight Tank fight?
He know he learned from his mistakes. Is when I'm telling you, experience the only way you gonna learn from mistakes, my nigga. He went in there and fought the wrong style.
And what I'm telling you is everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. He ain't never fought Tank before.
So he got to punch him in his mouth. So what he got to do? So what he got to do? Close the distance and take away the jab. He can't do that.
This is let me say this, right? This is the problem with the sport of boxing, right? It allows everybody to live in fantasy land and make up stuff that they want to make up to fit their narrative.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, right.
When I ask you any facts, you can't come up with facts, so then you skip over stuff.
Everything you just said going against what you contradicting yourself right now, bro.
Brother,
you contradicting yourself.
No, in 31 fights, you have not seen Tank Davis outbox and knock out without knocking him out anybody outside the Isaac Cruz fight. That's the fact, right?
But see,
did he knock out and knock down Lamont Roach? No. So instead of you giving me and giving us any details, what you say is, well, that's not Devin.
No, what I'm saying is, listen to me. What I'm saying is, you jumping straight to you trying to say that Devin can't be knocked out by Tank. He could be knocked out.
I never said.
What makes him exempt from getting knocked out?
Hey, great brother, now you.
What makes him exempt from being knocked out?
This is the thing, brother. Don't put I don't know if you watch me or not. Don't put jackets on me that don't fit, bro. When did you see me say that Tank can't knock out Devin?
You just said he ain't saying he.
No, you did not.
He gonna stay back and grab him.
Now we said he can't outbox him.
No, we said he can't outbox him. I said the only way that he can knock him out is tell me when the fight is by knocking him out. He never said that.
This is why I say paying attention is free.
So you ain't say Tank can't knock him out.
I said we never said that.
And in all actuality, what I said was
I said
that Tank can win the fight. We're not saying Tank can't win the fight. We're saying that based off of
clean it up.
Hold on, let me finish. Again, you listen. You're not listening.
Clean it up. You cleaning up good.
No, I'm not cleaning up anything. I've been doing this for.
No, he heard you the first time, Blue. That's why he said Tank can win. He ain't gotta knock him out.
Y'all cleaning up real good, and we gonna rewind this. Y'all cleaning up real good.
Nah, you the one came in here saying Tank can win without knocking him out.
I made y'all clean up. Clean it up there.
You want to put your money where your mouth is? Because I've been saying this for years. You want to put your money where your mouth is? Because I've been saying this for years.
Man, Tank, hey, Shakur, I got y'all, dog. They just
I got
they
receipts.
biased. I got y'all.
Hey, bro, I'm asking you a question. I got receipts. You want to put your money where your mouth is? I've been doing this for years.
I like hearing you clean up for real.
I ain't got to clean up nothing. I
Finish
stand
making
on my
your
square.
point. Finish
I've been
making your
saying
point.
this. I've been saying this. You a fan. This is what I do.
All right, but go ahead.
There's a difference, bro.
Finish saying what you were saying.
So I'm asking you. Me and King Judah and Kendra, we all said that Tank could win. We just saying why we don't think he's gonna win. It has nothing to do with being biased. You the one that's biased because you are emotional. Because we not saying Tank could win the fight. So because we not saying what you want to hear, then you want to put jackets on us that don't fit.
So you saying it's a 50-50 fight?
Yes, it's a 50-50 fight.
All right.
I've been saying it's a 50-50 fight.
That sounded a little bit better, bro. You know.
I've been saying
it sounds like y'all was saying it's just a total.
Let me ask you a question. How
No, I
it
ain't
be
get
the
a
biggest
chance
fight in
to talk.
boxing? Yeah, I'm gonna land my plane here. How can it be the biggest fight in boxing without being 50-50? That's why we say this.
Bro, that's the point I'm trying to. That's the point I came on to make.
But if you listen, you would have heard that. But you listening to argue instead of listening to. That's
man, bro. We was the whole reason I came up here because we listening to y'all. Pat Devin ass so much like he just the don't die like he.
And how I'm Pat Devin if I said I got Shakur beating him? That's how I know you capping.
Right.
You say he just picked Shakur to beat Devin. So what are you talking about?
He just picked Shakur to beat Devin.
So what are you talking about?
To beat Devin?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Before you came up here, before he even said anything about you hating,
but that's interesting. Tell me why. Tell me why y'all got Shakur beat Devin.
Y'all be having selective
I broke it down.
Bro.
Go back and watch the replay. You can go back and replay on what we said. Go back and watch the replay. I broke it down on why I think that, and that's in my opinion.
Right, I got you though. I'm just asking. Like I probably didn't catch that part, but I'm asking.
Well, go back and rewind it. You was ready to rewind everything. I'm
going to. I just want to know y'all because y'all say Styles. Y'all say Styles make fights.
Gonna make me mad when it.
Y'all say Styles make fights, bro. I just want to know.
I want to let King Judah cook because he's been waiting to cook. But let me ask you this question. It's just like, and I'm not saying this in no disrespect. I'm just saying, and this is what I tell my kids, and my kids is grown. If you don't know how you jump into something and you don't even know the whole story.
Man, bro, y'all cleaned up everything y'all was saying, man.
Why do I have to clean up anything? I've been here for almost 3 hours.
Man, y'all just cleaned up everything y'all was saying. Y'all was
I don't
saying
have to clean up anything when I actually told Tank Davis this to his face, and it went viral. So what do I have to clean up?
What you told Tank to his face?
Bro, you got King Judah. Go ahead, King Judah.
Yeah, so I want to start off by saying this, bro.
I just subscribed to you today, bro. So we ain't gonna act like I just know y'all.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So then, before you pass judgment, you should listen.
So look,
I was listening to you.
I'm about to clean it up. Look, let me say this right quick. First of all, I want to say, bro, before I start talking to you, understand that I ain't got no hate towards you. We from the same state, bro. I'm from Baton Rouge, so this ain't no hate towards you. But you did come in, bro, and it's like I know you heard what you didn't want to hear, but we not saying that Tank not gonna beat Devin because he is so much worse than them. We specifically said that Tank can't outbox them, and I stand on it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, to be truth be told, bro. You heard us say that. That's why you said, why y'all saying that Tank can only win by knockout? So we said that, we said that Tank can win, but he has to knock them out. But you changed it up and said that Tank can't win at all.
No,
truly, what we said is he can't outbox them.
No, look,
so
bro.
Look
what I'm saying. Look what I'm saying, brother. You can still win a fight. You can still win a fight without outboxing the person and without knocking them out. You don't necessarily have to knock them out to beat them.
True.
And you can still win, bro. That's what I'm saying.
But check this out. All we do, think about this. Let me say this right quick. The thing is, we know one thing, right? None of us have a crystal ball, right? I'm not telling you that I know so much that I can predict everything that's gonna happen. But the way most people predict fights, and I do too, I gotta go off what they showed me and compare it. The analogy I was trying to give y'all was football, right? Let's say you take a team and you know from statistics and watching them, one team is great at passing the ball, right? But they don't run the ball very well. The defense that they gotta go against can stop the run very well, but can't stop the pass very well. Now stay with me, y'all. So one team can pass, but they can't run. The defense can stop the run, but can't pass. So the logic I'm giving you is there's no way that you can predict that the team that can't run the ball is going to run the ball successfully enough to win the game running the ball against the team that specializes in stopping the run. We know from deductive reasoning that they have to pass the ball to win because this defense can't stop the pass. This is how you analyze. That's all we did with Tank Davis. We know from experience he is not going to outbox Devin. He's not going to outbox Devin and Shakur. He can hurt them. Of course, he don't have to knock them out. Let's say Tank boxing so good, he boxing good enough to hurt them and compromise them. Then he can win the fight. What I'm telling you is 12 rounds would not go by without Devin and Shakur getting hurt, and Tank is going to be up on points. That's not going to happen.
At all.
Yeah, I can't see that.
So we just
all right. So look, so I got a question. I got a question for y'all for the experts. I got a question for the experts. So look. So y'all don't think the scorecards and everything, the weight clauses and all this prior to the fight gonna play a part in it? Whether this dude has to do a weight hydration clause or whatever, you don't think all that's gonna play a part?
I'm glad you said that.
I'm asking.
No, I'm glad you said that. So you think those things are stipulations going to play a part? So don't that mean that you think that that Tank is putting Devin Haney at a disadvantage to win?
I mean, if it's vice versa, then Devin Haney putting Tank at a disadvantage to win. So that's why I feel like it should play a part.
How can the bigger man put a smaller man at a disadvantage? That don't even make sense.
What?
How can he put him at a disadvantage? Tank, that means you're telling me Tank going to come up to 147 or Devin's going to have to drop down, right or wrong. That's the only way the fight's going to happen. That's the only way a rehydration clause is going to be put on it. Why would Devin Haney need to put a rehydration clause on Tank Davis?
No,
that
bro,
doesn't make sense.
No, I'm saying if Tank have to come up to 147, ain't no rehydration clause in that. If Tank got to come up to 147, that's advantage to Devin, bro. The other way around, there'll be a rehydration.
So you're saying what we're saying. The only way he can beat Devin is with an advantage.
And I'm telling you, it's vice versa. I ain't saying that's the only way he could beat him. I'm telling you, it works vice versa.
It does not work vice versa.
If the only way he could beat Devin is having an advantage, then why what we saying about Devin winning the fight is so far-fetched?
That's my whole point. It's not vice versa, bro. That's why I'm telling you. If he doesn't take away the jab, if he doesn't get inside, he doesn't beat Devin Haney on the scorecards. He doesn't beat Shakur on the scorecards. He will need a knockout to win. That's the only thing I'm saying from my point of view. Now, if you have a different point of view, that's your point of view. But don't call me biased or a hater from having my point of view.
Because here's the thing, right? Ultimately, like you said something that's false, right? You said that Devin used his size. When do you see Devin use his size in any fight?
What? Man, come on, bro. Now you just at first you was making a lot of now you just saying stuff. Nah, bro. This man ain't weight bullied. I'm asking you. He really weight bullied Lomachenko. You can say he lost that one.
What did he use in the you said he bullied Lomachenko. So he used his size against Lomachenko?
Nope, he fought him toe to toe. The same way he fought Lomachenko, he fought Ryan Garcia, and that's why I'm trying to get this young brother to understand. He fought the wrong side.
That's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of coming in with extra weight. Yes, he did, and he did the same thing against Regis Prograde. He did the same thing against. That's what he do. Everybody know that's what Devin do.
Okay, so he was in there bullying them around the ring, is what you saw,
bro. When you bigger. You could extract. You could take more. Is he bullying them around the ring? Is he bullying them around the ring? Man, come on, bro.
Then what? I'm asking you. You said he using his size, so I'm asking you to explain.
Now you trying to move the goalposts, bro?
No,
you said, brother. Are you paying attention to what you said? You said that he used his size.
Let me rephrase it, bro. I'm not gonna say weight bullying. I'm gonna say coming in with a weight advantage, bro.
Okay, so he had a weight advantage, right? So
how was he at weight advantage fighting at his weight class?
So he
weight bullying in boxing terms, but at the same time, come on, man, because you can come in at that weight, then you can go ahead and throw up an extra 20 pounds. The same thing he's trying to do.
Unless you're fighting for the IBF, I don't think nobody else tells you have to come in 10 pounds. You can only go over 10 pounds on your rehydration clause of 15 pounds.
So you don't understand what Shakur's saying? So y'all don't understand what Shakur's saying?
Hold on. See, this is why I tell y'all about the sport of boxing, right? And this is why I say you can live in fantasy land in sport of boxing. People will regurgitate things that they heard and know nothing about. So then you said that he's using his size. So I asked you, if he's using his size, then how is he using his size to bully them around the ring. You said, man, come on, man. He outweighed them. What does the weight have to do with anything if he's outboxing them and fighting on the outside?
Okay, no, look, listen to me.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. If he's boxing them on the outside and using his skill set, then how is his weight playing a part? That's why I asked you, was he bullying them around the ring? Sean Porter is somebody, if you watch Sean Porter,
can I answer the question?
Listen, if you watch Sean Porter and you watch Floyd Schofield, the way they fight, they bully you around the ring, okay? Isaac Pitbull Cruz attempts to bully you around the ring, right? Those guys, if those guys have weight on them, they will bully you around the ring. So Devin Haney has the size to absorb the punches, is what you're trying to say. Is that what you're trying to say?
And he have the size to make, he already pillow fisted, so and he have the size to make strength a little more. Yes, size doesn't equal power. You do know that. Why it don't? Size
let me ask you this. If size equals power, brother, stop. Just listen. If size equal power, then Deontay Wilder is outweighed by Tyson Fury by 50 pounds. Who had the more power in the fight?
Man, gonna compare heavyweights to, man, come on, bro.
I just said size doesn't equal power.
Okay, so listen to this. You don't think there was you didn't see the difference, big difference?
Stop. My guy, stop. Please stop.
He don't let nobody talk. You don't like to be wrong, bro. You don't like to be wrong. It's your platform, though.
Hey, ask him.
You're not like to learn.
You ask a question and you don't even let the person answer. You don't like to be wrong. Go ahead.
Listen, bro, stop. Just be quiet and listen. Is Nonito Monster Inoue is smaller than Stephen Fulton, right? Because you said I'm talking about heavyweights. So is Monster Inoue smaller than Stephen Fulton? Yes, right? Monster Inoue has more power than Stephen Fulton. So size doesn't equal power. Again, so I gave you an example at heavyweight. I can give you an example at middleweight, right? Size does not equal power,
bro. Size does bring more power, bro. That's why it was a big difference. And what's the white boy name? Him fighting Joshua and fighting Tank.
Okay,
when he was gonna fight Tank, he was gonna have an advantage because of his size.
Equal power.
But then when he fought Joshua, he didn't have that advantage. He was at a disadvantage because of his size. Size means something, bro.
Okay, now listen to this, right? You said size equal power. Who was Tank for?
Hey, stop trying to word it to try to make yourself make sense.
I just
let's be simple, bro. Let's be simple and let's use common sense. Let's use common sense, bro.
Stop trying to argue everything.
Now you just sound silly. Again, you listening to argue instead of listening. You're not even hearing what you're saying yourself now. Because you just said, I said, so Devin, you said he's bigger than everybody, so size equal power. I said Devin's size don't equal power. You said yes, it does. I gave you an example of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Then you said, man, you talking about heavyweights. Then I said, okay, what about Inoue and Stephen Fulton? They was 122 pounds. Then you said, man, we talking about Devin Haney. Okay, so now I'm asking you this question, right? I said, when has Tank been in the ring with somebody that he was bigger than other than Isaac Cruz, and he didn't knock out Isaac Cruz? He didn't knock down Isaac Cruz. He's smaller than every damn body he fight. But he got 28 knockouts in 31 fights. So you just said size equal power.
If that's the case, Mario could have knocked Tank on his face. But he couldn't.
The one guy he fought that was smaller than him, he never knocked down or knocked out. So what are you talking about?
He don't know. He's just talking to argue.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this just to kind of, let you see that it's really we're not putting Tank down. Tank, just like the other two guys, has a very high IQ, which is why he has so many knockouts, because he can figure out his opponent throughout the fight. It's how he was able to knock out Ryan Garcia. It was how he was able to beat Rolly Romero, because if you look at those fights, Rolly was really winning 4 of those 5 first rounds. But Tank figured him out. He knew how to, if he come into the pull counter, that he could knock Rolly out because he wasn't keeping his guard up. He forgot and started being more aggressive. Same thing with Frank Martin. Frank Martin was winning the first 4 or 5 rounds until Tank figured it out and he started being more aggressive. And that's when, like my man said earlier, that Frank started, he started looking at himself like, I don't think I can do this. Tank kind of took him and he was indecisive. So I'm not saying that Tank was going to lose to Devin or lose to Shakur. It's a chance that it could happen. But with those guys, high IQ, they're going to strategically take chances. At some point, Tank will have to take a chance because he can't outpoint those guys unless he does get a knockdown, which is 2 points, or a knockout, because those guys will outpoint him because Shakur won't take those chances. Devin may take a chance, but because, like they said, there's physical attributes, even with Tank's high IQ, he would have to use his footwork to get inside to be able to get closer so he can get those points or potential knockout. Not saying that he can't win. The brother got skill, but he just physically, smaller.
Challenge when it comes to them because they're not going to make the same mistakes that his other opponents made.
Right. Devin is not going to fight. And if Devin would have not fought that style versus Ryan Garcia, we wouldn't have had to have talking about no rematch. Devin went in there and went toe-to-toe with Ryan Garcia. Right. Devin is not going to go. Wait, let me finish. Let me finish real quick. Devin is not going to go in there toe-to-toe with Tank on the inside and let Tank land a body shot. He's not going to be that gullible to Tank. He's going to keep him on the outside, use his jab. If Tank can't handicap him and take his jab away, why would he switch up the game plan? Bill Haney's too smart for that.
Right.
Come on now, let's make it make sense. Now, if you want to use common sense, let's use common sense.
Right.
Why would Shakur?
That was a choice that Devin made against Ryan. That wasn't
That's
something
the
Ryan forced.
Yeah.
That's the
that
point.
Was the choice. That's all it was. He don't have to fight that style. Why can't people see that? He does not have to go toe-to-toe with nobody to win. Devin Haney know how to fight. Devin Haney said out of his mouth after the fight, I have never been unmatched or unclassed like that. He wasn't only talking about Ryan Garcia being on steroids. He knew he fought the wrong style. He was putting blame on himself. That's how I know he does have part and he does take accountability. That tells you that right there. He fought the wrong style. He will never make that mistake again. He learned from that on a championship level.
Right.
What don't you get about that?
It's just like
how did Sugar Ray lose to Roberto Duran in that first fight? He fought the wrong fight. Fought the wrong fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
you learn from your mistakes.
Right. And what did everybody say? Sugar Ray should outbox Roberto Duran. Not that Roberto Duran is not great. But because
and Mr. Guy being biased and hating on Tank Davis, let me ask him a question. Did you call Kevin Ford a hater when Kevin Ford said, "Oh, Shakur Stevenson is just a wrong style, a wrong matchup for us"? Kevin Ford said that.
And Calvin Ford also said Shakur ain't gonna let us do what we come to do.
Exactly. So did you call him biased and a hater? I don't think so. And that's the man trainer. So leave me alone with that hate stuff, man. Go on with that. That's crazy.
Hog life, brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on us in the super chat. He said, appreciate what you do. Salute, my brother. Keep doing your big facts and stay on there. No doubt, great brother. Let's get our last words, man. I gotta get out of here. Jerron Smith, bro, if you're not gonna come up here and debate me, everybody get their last words, and then I want to pull up Jerron Smith, right? So I want everybody to get their last words in.
And that's why I put Devin
and go ahead and Jerron Smith, I'm gonna need you to click that link, bro. You're doing a lot of talking in the chat, so click the link. So somebody got me playing in the background. You gotta turn me off.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Hey, Blue, I'll say this before I check up out here. First of all, we appreciate you, brother, for letting this happen. And let me tell all the panel, this is what you call discourse, where you have a discussion, you agree or disagree, but it's not opinion. We're not giving opinions, you all. We're giving fact-based opinions, also known as assessments, because what we're doing is taking the information that we have, we're extrapolating it out and trying to tell you who we think will win, while still saying, like the brother from Louisiana said, we do believe it's a 50-50 fight. But based on this information and the data we have available, we think Devin or Shakur might edge Tank. But we all think if someone's going to win by knockout, it will likely be the Baltimore native. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all, fellas.
Right. Cedric Rhodes, man, I'm gonna have to get back to you tomorrow, great brother.
Already.
Go ahead, Rock Nation. What's your last words, bro?
Hey, I'm gonna clean up. I said y'all was being biased, but I didn't mean to say y'all. It was Big Boy that was in the car on the right corner who was talking, man. That was him being biased. That's who I was speaking on.
But listen, I want to say this to you, man. I appreciate the fact that you come up here and stand on your square, because guess what? You the only one that did it in forever and a day. Everybody stay in the chat. They're disagreeing, but I salute you, brother, from coming up here and standing on your square, man. That's love.
All right, big dog. I'll catch y'all next time.
Appreciate you. My brother King Judah, last words, bro.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, look, man, I was just letting you know, man. I'm about to go ahead and hop off, bro. It's been a pleasure talking to you, though, bro.
For sure, man. I miss it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just have a hard time dealing with the Fulios, bro.
Hey, that's all day, bro. That's every day. No, you know what I'm saying? They come out the woodwork, but see, the problem, Blue. The problem is boxing brought in a lot of new fans, but unlike other sports, let me give you an example. Let's say if somebody came from, let's say, England, right? They never watched American football, right? And they know nothing about the sport. They don't come in talking as if they have it all figured out with no knowledge. Boxing is the only sport where people that don't know what they're talking about come in and argue with people that have been watching the sports their whole life.
Exactly.
It's the only sport like that, bro.
Oh, it's a fact. That's a
yes,
fact.
Sir. But man, I hope to catch you again on another one, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be live on Saturday for the fights.
Okay. All right.
The great brother Jerron Smith in the chat. You said Blue don't like to be wrong. So I want you to come tell these people real quick how I'm wrong. Go ahead. Please tell these people how I'm wrong. I don't like to be wrong. What's up, brother?
I'm gonna just place it down right here.
Yep.
Have a good one.
You too. What's going on, great brother?
Blue, you know me. We've been back. We've done this before several times. I don't know why you getting all mad at me now, man.
I ain't mad at you.
So I said you don't like to be proven wrong. That's what I said. I never said you don't like to be wrong. I did say you don't like to be proven wrong. Now am I frozen? We good?
Yeah, you good.
My bad. Now here's what I was saying. You did, I don't know if you did it intentionally or not, but you just put out a video not too long ago where you was talking about it was about Shakur and Devin at first, and then you bought in Tank. And you mentioned the reason why Tank would not fight them, because he knows he cannot outbox them, and he knows he will not get the W. He will not get the W by knocking them out. So pretty much you say he can't knock them out, and he knows he can't outbox them. That's why he's scared to take the fight. That's what you said on one of your most recent videos.
Did I say that?
You did. You did.
But I will say that he knows. Yeah, he knows that their style is a problem for him.
Okay.
Hence the
You
reason why Coach Calvin even said himself that he knows that their style is a problem for him.
now that's my problem. I say that you're not telling the whole story. Coach Calvin was not saying Shakur will not let us do what we do. When he was talking about that, Coach Calvin was saying Shakur is not a fan-friendly fighter. Coach Calvin stated that he knows when Tank fights Shakur, it's going to be a boring fight. Tank wants to entertain the fans. And that's when he said, we won't be able to do what we do as in entertaining the fans because he stated Shakur's a boring fighter. Go back and look at the interview. He says Shakur does not please the fans. He does not entertain the fans. We want to entertain the fans. That's what Shawty do.
So he needs Shakur to cooperate?
No, he doesn't. But I'm clearing up what you're saying because you're just saying Coach Calvin.
Wait a minute now. It doesn't matter what your opponent do. If you are him, you force him to do what you want him to do.
Yes, what you are correct. But you are stating
Therefore, it doesn't matter what Shakur does or doesn't do. Tank is the one that's supposed to make the fight exciting.
You are right, but when you sit up here and say, Coach Calvin said they not accepting.
Mario Barrios is an exciting fighter.
He makes his fights exciting, yeah, you do.
Based off of his limitations, because he can't move, right?
But you asked me, was he exciting? And I said, yeah. Now you move, but now you moving the goalposts based off his limitations. That's not what you asked. You asked, was he an exciting fighter?
He's not an exciting fighter. He's not an exciting fighter. He's a limited fighter. So therefore, right? Mario Barrios was exciting against Ryan Garcia.
I'm not being disrespectful, big bro. Just walking outside so I can hear you a little bit clearer. That's all.
No, it's all good. Mario Barrios wasn't exciting against Ryan Garcia. He wasn't exciting. When is he exciting? He's only exciting. He's considered exciting because he's limited, so he got to stand there and fight.
Right, and that's why I said, that's why I said his fights are exciting.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, Shakur Stevenson. That means Tank Davis is limited to being able to force Shakur into his fight.
Okay, hold on. I think I understand what you're saying. All right. What I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying, Blue. What I'm saying is it's being put off as Tank refuses to fight Shakur because Coach Calvin says Shakur won't let him do what he do. And what I'm saying is, if you watch the whole interview, it wasn't about fighting Shakur. He was describing the fight with Shakur. He knows it's not going to be a fan-friendly fight, a fan-friendly affair. I agree with you 100%.
But no, he also said in that interview, that's going to take me. I have to get in the lab and figure him out.
He did. You right.
So when he's saying he ain't going to let us do, he ain't going to cooperate. He going to fight his fight.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right now, he tried to brush it off as if he's not exciting, but we know that's not what he meant. What he meant was that's why he broke down. I'm going to have to go in the lab and figure him out and figure out a way to beat him. Right, because Shakur ain't going to cooperate. Right.
I can agree with that 100%.
Right. So when have you heard Floyd say, I don't want to fight this guy because he ain't going to let me do what I come to do?
You're right. When
does Terrence Crawford say, I ain't fighting this guy because he ain't going to let me come do what I come to do?
You're right. Now let me ask you.
When you heard Errol Spence, who ain't the most athletic guy, say, I don't want to fight this guy because he ain't going to let me come what I come to do.
You're 100% right. Now let me ask you. You just named all fighters. You talking about what Coach Calvin said. When have you heard Tank said, I don't want to fight this guy because he ain't going to let me do what he want to do? You see what I'm saying?
Tank said he didn't want to fight him because they was boring.
No, Tank said, what has he done? At 135 around that time when he first got there, around that time.
We got this. This is why I tell y'all. So now we got to use our common sense. Because if that's the case, then what has everybody else done that you fought? What is Lamont Roach? Is Lamont Roach more accomplished than Shakur Stevenson?
Not at all, but we all know, Blue. We all know. Tank tried to get 2 fights before Lamont Roach, and then he gave Lamont Roach the bag.
Yeah, but ain't none of them that he was trying to fight is accomplished to equal up to Shakur Stevenson.
Which you are right, but he did reach out to. He did reach out.
Now it's a different standard for Shakur. than it
No.
is for everybody else?
No, what I'm saying, my standing is Shakur was on camera. You even said that in one of your videos a long time ago. He got on camera and said Tank's team reached out. Cool. I know just reaching out, I do understand just reaching out is not how contracts get signed and everything. I know there's negotiations that need to happen. My thing with that is Shakur saying that Tank team reached out and then going to Matchroom, that stopped the fight. They already had.
But it didn't. That's another lie. Because he clearly, Matchroom told you that Shakur and his team, Jay Prince, put it in the contract that if Tank Davis fight comes about, you have no involvement so that it don't derail the fight.
And then he signed with them, and under order, Eddie Hearn is on camera saying that they are not allowed, like you just said. Not
right. Eddie Hearn told you himself. I'm not allowed to negotiate anything with Tank and Shakur.
Exactly. So with that being said,
so that means Matchroom don't have no involvement.
Exactly. So if Espinosa offered him a one-fight deal,
then he could fight Tank Davis.
So why didn't he take it?
He never offered him a deal. Didn't you hear Steven Espinosa tell you we never offered him nothing?
Steven Espinosa said he reached out to Shakur. They spoke about a one-fight deal. I never said he sent him anything. I never said he sent him.
He said nothing came of it because it wasn't. We don't have the funds, is what he told you, because Showtime was going out of business. So
and he said Shakur also stated he wanted a multi-fight deal. They spoke about a one-fight deal, and Shakur said no, he wants a multi-fight deal, and that's why nothing was sent.
Shakur's looking to get security, right? But he told you we can't secure him. So we never made an offer. We never went further. We never had no conversation.
They couldn't secure the multi-fight deal, but he could have secured the one-fight deal, right?
Okay, well, Tank.
And you said Shakur looking for security, right?
Yes, Shakur's looking for security, but what I'm saying is they didn't have no money to pay Tank. I mean, to pay Shakur.
Pay Shakur, right?
Nothing came of that. Nothing came of it.
Exactly.
Nothing. Right. So Shakur didn't turn down nothing. Yeah, y'all ain't got no money. So what I'm doing? I'm gonna fight the biggest fight of my career and get no money out of it? That makes no sense.
Well, I need you to put your manager's hat back on, because I see Devin and Tank going at it. Look like somebody trying to reach out. If you could put your hand in and make that fight happen.
Oh no, I'm staying out of that. I'm staying out of that business. That's outside my pay grade right there.
Oh, yeah, I feel that you would need some money to put that together. That's gonna be a nice one. You're right. You're right.
That's outside my pay grade right there. But I'm just sitting back and looking.
You're right. But nah, I just hey Blue, it ain't never no hate with you, Blue, man. It's always been love, brother.
This is what I like.
Yeah, you haven't been able to do this for a minute.
This is what I like, because listen, when me and you could go back and forth, this is what I like. You see, I'm not addressing you as nobody else, you know what I'm saying? Because we can have this is the point of having, you got a red corner and a blue corner, right?
Yeah, right. And you educate. I like what you do because you educate.
You know the sport. So if you got the red corner and the red corner, well then we ain't got no sport.
Right.
If all of them, what's the issue we having right now? Y'all, we can't have friends, then we don't got no sport. If y'all all friends,
right? Exactly. You know
what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So that's why if you don't challenge me, right? And you know, and I respect your challenge. You know, some people come here and they just, hey, bro, it's just ridiculous. Having these conversations with you. That's why I said, you know, everybody jump off. I like to have these. We can have these debates, bro. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it's over, right? They fight and it's over. You could come talk your mess, or I could come talk my mess. And I thought he was going to win. That it keeps it going. If we don't have that, that's why I said earlier, without us, there is no sport.
You're right. Yeah.
There is no sport. We make up the sport. Right? Because why? We believe in who we believe in.
That's a fact.
I believe in Devin. I believe in Shakur. I believe in Tank. If I don't believe in, you know what I'm saying? I'm invest my money. That's why we invest our hard-earned money.
Mm-hmm.
because we feel like we're gonna get a return on our investment. It's entertainment, but it's still a return on our investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Who invests in something there's no return on? Now that makes you silly. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me frustrated with the sport, because we invest in the sport and then they don't want to give us a return on our investment. And then we get disrespected. Then they'll make fights that we know. Now you insulting our intelligence. We know this is you're trying to tell us is filet mignon. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? So we need the yin and the yang. We need to disagree. We need to. That's why I said with the brother Rock Nation that just came up, I saluted him. Right? He was saying in chat. He came up here. He stood on the square. He even turned his camera on. Now, he had his family in the back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he had to. But he came up here. He stood on the square. Whether we agree, disagree, that's what the point is.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. If Jerron don't, if you don't come in and be like, nah, bro, this and it, bro, it's barbershop talk. You know what I'm saying? That's how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood in the barbershop, bro. Nah, whether it was the Knicks, the football, whether it was, you know what I'm saying, boxing, bro, that's what we do. If we ain't got that, that's boring. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact,
boring, bro. So I salute you, bro. I ain't never no hard feelings or none of that, bro. That's why if you're talking in the chat, I'm gonna say, hey, bring your ass up here. You know?
Yeah.
Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's the ones that wish my life to end, and those is weird, bro. That's weird, bro. You don't even know these dudes like that.
Yeah, right.
You know I had dudes in my chat. I put up on my Instagram riding in my slingshot, riding in my bike. Dudes in my chat, man, I hope you hit a tree and die. Bro, what are you talking about?
No.
Dudes that you ain't never even met. You know what I'm saying? Like,
never met you, never spoke to you for real or nothing.
It's just like, bro, it just goes too far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this banter, the Brother Rock Nation, you know what I'm saying? I like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We keep the sport alive. It's entertainment, bro. So
it's always love and salute on my end, Blue. Who you got this weekend? You going with Boots?
Yeah, I'm going with Boots, bro. I think it's gonna be a tough fight, though, bro.
Ooh, for real?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough fight, man. I don't know, man. Or just a part of me just feel like Xander is gonna be better. We haven't seen him on that level, and I've been watching all his fights every day, right?
Yeah.
And you know when you go to sleep, you have your you do your I forgot how to word it, but so I watch it before I go to bed because it gives me clarity when I wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of sitting on it, right? And I'm like, bro, this dude is better than what I thought.
I've been doing the same.
Yeah, I think Xander is better than what I've been watching his fights, and I'm like, all right, man. Like, I'm very high on Boots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think Xander is better than what I thought, and I think that Xander is going to be better than what Boots thought that night, Saturday. And I think it's going to bring the best version of Boots out. I think he's going to have to go into his bag and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have to be defensive minded at times. He's going to have to counter punch. He's going to have to mix it up. Now, I obviously we could be wrong, right? He could come out first round, bung, and then just be like, bro, what did we just watch? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Roy Jones and Tarver, bro, that fight was just like, bro, that was diabolical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a strong possibility it could be that. You know what I mean? Because that's boxing. But I really think, man, it's going to be, to be honest, I think it's going to be like Tank and Lamont Roach.
Okay. I gotta go back and do some more studying. I had Boots stopping them a little early, but after doing some studying, I was like, I might got Boots with a late stoppage by 11 or 12 by corner stoppage, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, the more I watch Xander, the more I'm like, the hardest thing to do is knock out and stop somebody that don't want to be stopped, that has a high skill set, right? Xander's big. He got a great skill set. And if he don't let his heart get in the way, you know what I'm saying? And it's not going his way, I think that he'll box, and then, you know what I'm saying, just survive, you know what I mean, at a certain point. I just have a hard time. He's not going to give Boots the opportunities, especially in the second half, unless he get tired, you know what I'm saying, start making mistakes or whatever. But when I watch Boots and movers, And like I keep watching that Karen fight.
Yeah.
I didn't see. Now I'm biased because I watch Boots in training camp, so I seen him do stuff in training camp that he doesn't do in the fights. But when I'm watching him under lights, that Karen fight, that first fight, he followed him around. You know what I'm saying? And then the shock value when he fought Karen again, and Karen stayed there, it was again a shock value, right? Like he didn't expect that, and now it's like he didn't switch the game plan B. You know what I'm saying? It was like stayed with plan A and just thugged it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that with Xander, he might get in there, might be shock value again, and he don't switch to plan B. He just thug it out again. You know what I'm saying? And make it and make it a tough fight. You know what I mean? Like I think we could see points where we'd be like, if he'd have just did this, he could have did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
His mindset is going to be to thug this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna force my will. Like that's the thing. That's the word I want.
Yeah.
Like, he's accustomed to forcing his will. Like I'm gonna force my will on you. I'm gonna force you to concede to what I want you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And remember in the interview, he keeps saying this too. He keeps saying, "I'm going to do what I want to do, and then nothing you can do about it." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if you can't? Then what? You know what I'm saying? Now what? Because Xander, I think, is better than what I think most people is giving him credit for. And that dude is big. Bro. Did you see the face-off today?
Yeah.
He's big, bro.
I didn't think he was that big. Because when I first seen him face off, I was like, oh, he gonna lose that. But then when I seen him today, I was like, God,
bro, it's fight week. It's fight week, and he's still big. Now, now the thing is, it's Monday, right?
Right.
Now, if he got a lot of weight to cut on Friday, that could be a problem.
Definitely could. Oh yeah.
Yeah. If come Friday, he starting to trying to make the weight, that could be a problem.
Yeah, cheeks all sunken in and stuff.
Yeah, because Boots gonna go to the body. He gonna test your body out.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So let's see, man. But I'm gonna call the fight on Saturday.
All right, bet I'll be it.
All right, for sure.
All right, salute, love, respect, chat, love, Blue. Get what you later.
Always love, family.
Always.
Capital Mo Rec, his brother, Mo Brett Rec, his brother in the super chat. He said, Blue is cooking, homie. No debate. Tank's team is cherry picked. Salute, family. Appreciate y'all, man. Jay Lynn, peace of blessings, Queen. The Queen, Jay Lynn, in the building, man. Yeah, I can't wait for Saturday. Man. He said, bro, he like 175. Yo, Xander is huge, bro. I can't wait till this press conference on Saturday because that's really going to tell the story. Yeah, Cool Beans. Go check out that fight. I'm like, bro, he's still big, bro. Yo, I can't wait to the press conference on Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday or Thursday. Whenever it is, that's really going to tell the whole story, man. That's going to tell us the whole story. We going to see his weight. Either he going to be tired, you know what I'm saying? He going to be weight. If he's still energized come that press conference, bro. Man, I can't wait to see that fight. Can't wait. But I appreciate y'all coming through, studying up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. We will be live for the fight come Saturday, man. So make sure y'all tune in on Saturday. We will be live. And hopefully this fight between Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis come to fruition, man. Can't wait, man. I'm so mad. The weigh-in is supposed to be to the public in front of the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and now it's supposed to rain, man. It's supposed to be outside. Big fact, no cap, what up? It's supposed to be outside in front of the public, free to the public, man. I was waiting for that energy, and now they're saying it's going to rain. And they've been storming today. It's supposed to storm tomorrow. I hope it clears up, man. But, yeah, it's supposed to rain, man. That just put a damper. And it's supposed to rain on Saturday, too. That's nasty work, bro. New York know better than that, man. But appreciate y'all, man. Much love to each and every one of y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.